whatever you want to do. If you want to start off with like a campaign intro followed by like maybe like character intros, completely up to you.
Yeah, I'll do something like that. Okay, well, welcome guys, and thank you everyone for coming. This is the new homebrew campaign we're doing in Exiles domain. So the basic premise of the story is there's a shrouded island between the two continents of this world. The two continents are India and Australis, and this island they decided to use as a means of dealing with their growing population problems that they've been having with different issues. So in the lands of Australis, they were having the issues of they decided to head more towards the times of peace and they gave up war decades ago. And with this, they started to have the problem of they had too many people without the population control of war and fighting over territory. And with this, they were just kind of struggling since it wasn't the most fertile lands for farming. And on the other side of the world in India, it was a lot more of a war country and a war and factory torn continent. And they had bits of farmland, but over there, their issue was more that they had people who were corrupt and they had people who were just all around bad characters, and they were trying to get rid of those characters from their societies and toss them out. So when this island was discovered by explorers from India, they came together in a meeting in they came together in a meeting in one of the bigger cities in India, heads of all of the bigger nation states, and they came to a decision that they would use this island for a means of good. And it started with all of the countries agreed, they came to a story, they decided that they'd call this place a place of prosper and a place of mystery and a place where they'd be able to thrive and have a new chance. And they also made sure to stress in their message and in their advertisement of it in their homelands that you were able to leave behind your past without anything to like worry you or tie you back to your homeland. So this island started a few decades ago, about 4 to 5-ish decades now it's been going and slowly growing, and people have been going over generations. When people were first being sent here, no one was really sure what was happening since it didn't seem any communication was coming outside from the island. No one was really sure why, but once people went there, they never seemed to hear from their loved ones or friends or family again on the other mainland continents. People had their own different stories. Some assumed that they'd maybe marooned at sea or died through a siren and thrown the captain, or maybe they'd just been caught in a bad storm. Others assumed they might have just been attacked by pirates out at sea. Others thought maybe they got to the lands and it turned out to just be a wilderness full of monsters that they couldn't comprehend. And then the hopeful feel that slowly grew as the years went on and they weren't really able to hear more is that they hoped that people were truly just enjoying their life when they decided to leave home and go to this new continent. And because of all of this and the mystery that was being pushed and the very strong control of information in the various little nations that were talking about it and making sure to push this new land as an option to prisoners, people who were down on their luck, maybe people who got in trouble with the crime, or just orphans and people of those ilk. What they ended up doing was they offered this to them. And because of this, Renatus was born out of the ashes of all of these people being sent there. The island started pretty much as just people being hauled off in boats without being told what was going on. They were taken there across the choppy sea. They were locked in the bottom of the boat. They were left without beds. They just had everything they were able to carry on their back, and they had what they had on their person. And they were left there for what felt like weeks out in the water until eventually they found themselves there. And they were offloaded onto the shores and just told to get out. And after they offloaded everyone, the ships would just leave again without really telling them anything or giving them any advice. And this very cruel, just strict way of just dropping people and leaving is how the land started. And because of this, the first few drops of people didn't really seem to do the best. Most of them were fracturing, or people were finding themselves starving, or not really doing the best in the unknown climate in the wilderness. But luckily, on one of the early groups that were sent there, there's a man named John Lindstrom. He came here with his brother and with his children, choosing to escape his humble beginnings as a carpenter. He came from the land of India, and when he came here, he decided that he wanted to make sure when he got there to try to build something that would outlast him, and then hopefully his children would be able to inherit. And it started with him and his ship when they got there because of having someone who was so driven and pushed and came with a plan compared to most of the people who just came to escape their past or seek out the new frontier. A small little ilk of civilization finally started to form on Renatus that slowly started to trickle over the next coming decades. Every like few years, it was getting bigger and bigger. People were splintering off into their own little smaller cities and nations, and it just slowly flowed life into the continent, and it created a hub that's known as Windstrom today. And what happened here with this is people left the city of Windstrom because they had their own different ideals. Some of them wanted to come to Renatus strictly with the purpose of they wanted to escape everything and they didn't want to be thinking about their past or the people that they left back at home or people everywhere else. They just wanted to do their own thing and survive and enjoy the rest of their life in isolation. Others didn't really like the idea of having any government or having people in charge of them. They came here because they weren't necessarily, some of them weren't the best people, and they just wanted a place where they could truly just let loose and live their life for what it was and enjoy it in a wilderness. But the big majority chose to come here just for a fresh start or like seeking something and having at this point now after a few decades passing are more here for the rumors of a fresh start since the pattern of sending criminals here has caused a really slow trickle in the amount of criminals that are happening because so many people aren't really sure where they're going. So a lot of crimes haven't been going fully reported in the mainland continents. But yeah, the lands are split and as shown on the map. There's the warm, hot deserts to the north, to the southeast, and to the north there's an icy tundra that is hidden behind a long mountain chain that spreads its way around the continent, isolating different parts that caused a lot of trouble for the earliest of settlers. That's why the majority of this island is so isolated. People who are in the little Heart Peninsula or Lindstrom are considered to be it's the biggest area of people on Renatus. It's where most of the lifeblood is and where most people end up. The other areas around it, such as Kaladesh or Alundra or Victory Point and other little settlements have had their name talked about, the Trench, these places haven't really been had the best of chance at growing the same as a naval city that's at the heart of the continent. But that's a little intro supposed to give a bit of information, some content information. But now I just wanted to let the players introduce themselves and introduce their characters, since some of them know stuff about their characters, but I know you all don't fully know each other's characters before we start the story.
If you guys have pictures of your characters, you could post them in general, and I'll pull them up so that the stream could see as well. If not, it's fine though.
So which one
Uh,
of you
I'll,
wanted to go?
I'll start since I'm top of the Discord talking list.
Sounds good.
My name's Cassette. Obviously not in real life, but that's my online handle, and I'll be playing Isaac Morgan. I think the picture is already been posted, but I'll repost so you don't have to go searching for it. If I can find it in my downloads folder. There it is. All right. And as you will see, he is a Fey folk, as I believe some of the other characters are in the group. Specifically, he's one that looks a bit like a fox in various ways. Um, I was inspired to play him because one of the first things I saw in the campaign was the Forbidden Grove. So I was like, "All right, I got to do something related to the Fae." They won't say exactly how he's related to the Fae. As far as what the other characters would know about him is he lives in Windstrom and has for a few years. He has a small cadre of friends and drinking buddies and some merchants that will stand him. But otherwise tends to spend a lot of his time hunting in the forest, and doing his own business. He's a pretty jolly fellow, but a little paranoid as well. You might see him. If you were in a room with him, you'd see him checking the corners and exits every once in a while, just to make sure no one's after him, that sort of thing. Oh, and he's a ranger. Hopefully going to be a Fey Wanderer ranger by the time I roll around to level 3. And I think that's about it.
Sounds good. Gumball, do you want to go next? Just go down the list.
Yeah. My character. Oh yeah, I'm Gumball. The character I'm gonna be playing is called Night Owl. He's basically like a giant owlin, probably around like 6'5". Um, it's like big, massive dude. Very is just super black. He's not somebody that you would typically notice. He doesn't usually travel into towns or things like that too often. Um, Not really the most social person, kind of the opposite of the fox guy. Not really the most social person. But yeah, he looks like his face kind of is very hard to read. It's hard to tell what he's thinking or upon looking at him. And he's a barbarian as well. So very very good nature oriented guy. Also he grew up in the Fae wilds. And he's stayed in Renatus, the island, right? That's what's called.
Yep.
For probably somewhere between 15 to 20 like years or so. So it's been a while since he's been in the Fae, but he's made a nice general established reputation around. But yeah, so that's my character.
Okay, next is Horace.
Okay, so unlike I'm Horace. Unlike all these other people, I'm gonna be way less secretive with my character. Everybody else is keeping all sorts of secrets. It sounds like. So my character is this guy right here, Magical Mr. Maximilian II. That's his stage name. His real name is John. Just John. He has no last name. He's a magician. He grew up as an orphan, and he was quickly sold to a traveling circus where he ended up learning how to interact with customers, ticket sales, and whatnot at the start. After he got older, he became the assistant to the older magician of the circus troupe. There, he began to learn some of the tricks of the trade. That older magician was Magical Mr. Maximilian, and he ended up taking his stage name after that old man. So, following him, he began to learn some simple magic tricks and, coin tricks, card tricks, all sorts of stuff like that. But there were always like a few tricks that he never quite understood. And after a couple years, the older magician fell ill on his deathbed and said something kind of strange. He said there's some truth to every illusion, and then handed John an old leather bound book. That book opened his world to real magic, and after studying it for a while, he decided to set off and find a new place to perform and become famous. Then he heard stories about this new area and decided to follow in the old man's footsteps to become the best magician ever. He's an interesting character. He's a bit cowardly, and by a bit I mean like extremely cowardly. Not a big fan of fighting directly, because he's never really had to before. But he's like a good person at heart. He's more looking to wow and amaze people rather than con them. And that's about it.
Love it.
Sounds good.
Good boy.
Okay, how about you, Moose?
All right. So I'm Moosefish. I'm playing Thatcher Cole, who is a Harengon artificer. I am born and raised in the Feywild with a pretty mundane past of I'm a family man. I work a job. I will happily tell anyone about my family or my job or anything along those lines. I basically, growing up in the Fae, I've always heard of the material plane in different areas, and I've grown incredibly interested in the material plane through circumstances that have happened in my home world. Um, I was traveling through the fields and the woods at one point, and carrying my ever trusted Yikawa and my shield, and I have a nice pair of goggles that I wear just to keep my eyes covered when it's too bright, because in the face sometimes it's just day forever. And then maybe it's night forever. So I'm always prepared for whatever's coming, and I'm incredibly curious about whatever's happening at all times. And I like to have a drink and a party with anybody. And yeah, one day while traveling through a field, I found two nice boulders, and I took a nap, and woke up, and here I am, and on this new strange island with new strange people. But I don't even think I realized that I've left my plane of existence and entered a new plane. But I am looking for something, and I hope I will find it.
Sounds
Oh, I
good.
guess from a description standpoint, sorry, I'm a white furred bunny person. I've got nice tall ears, and I wear your standard adventure gear with any pops and colors that I can throw in there to make things bright. Orange happens to be Thatcher's favorite color.
I think
And
he was small size too, wasn't he?
yeah, I'm small sized. I'm about 3 foot, 5, 3'7", somewhere in that range, not
Okay.
counting my ears.
Sounds good. Okay, Potu.
Alright. My character's name is Vern Fishhill. She was born to a rich family of merchants in the continent of India. Is that how it's pronounced again?
It's just Enya.
India. Okay, my bad.
Okay.
India and in the Elvish kingdom of Sholadan. I'm really bad at pronouncing stuff. Sorry.
Good.
She is a novice cleric of Lathander, and she is fresh off the boat with a mission in mind, and she wants to prove her worth.
Sounds good. Nice and short and sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, Scotty. Last but not least.
All right. So my name's Sketty, and I'm going to be playing a character named Lady Dravanis Emberheart. Lady Dravanis Emberheart is elegant and beautiful, but also has a audacious, fierce stare that can really be quite intimidating. She's of human nature, but has some dragon-esque features as well, bearing horns and wings and a tail. She's not originally from Renatus, but she's here on other business. Um, she adorns just kind of like a stoic leather armor. That's not really of this area, but it's looks like it could be a little pricey. And yeah, she's here with the team, so let's get it.
Sounds good. Okay. So, for the record, Thatcher and Night Owl, your two characters were already here, you said? If I remember right? Or is it...
Yeah, I mean, I can be here. It's whatever works best for you. I could have already met everybody. Whatever.
I'm just trying to
you'd
think
like.
like if you thought of your character already here or not before I start continuing the narrative, just to make sure it's around where you wanted to be. Cause I think it was yours, because I keep on confusing which one it was, honestly.
Yeah, I
It's
think
not
I'm
even...
here.
Okay, you're here? Okay. So you and Night Owl are somewhere on the island, okay.
Yeah,
Sounds
wherever
good.
you want me to be, I'm happy to be.
So then... A new map to pop up. The docks. Okay. So around midsummer every year, a grand festival takes place in Windstrom. They call it the Feats of Valor Festival. This festival brings everyone from the town, people from the small meandering villages, people from the trench, people from all over the small island continent of Renatus find their way over here for this grandeur festival that takes place. This festival is the pride and joy of Lindstrom. They're all really excited every time that it happens because it's a chance and a time for them to enjoy themselves in a new place and see the new people who are coming. They hold this festival as a means of celebrating the new incoming people that are going to join them in this new world as they see it. And the way that they decide to celebrate it is with a show of what people can do. Because in Renatus, the people who've lived there for a while would be aware of, and people would become aware the longer they're here. They don't really care who you were or who you are or what brought you to the land that much. They more care about what you're capable of doing or what you can do to contribute to others and help others. They could care less when it comes to if you came here as a prisoner, if you came here as an orphan. They just want to know what you're able to do to maintain yourself and to maintain those around you. Very efficiency based society is how it tends to run, at least in this area of Renatus. But for those who would be coming in, you'd be coming in on a large boat. It wasn't exactly grandeur luxurious, but you each had your own small cabins with about one or two other people when you were boarded and put in the bottom in the brig. They were about 2-person small little rooms. You booked it. You guys were left there. It was about a 2.5 week voyage at sea. They, just like the people before you decades before, did not let anybody above deck the entire way through. They claimed it was for safety and to keep people from hurting themselves or from falling overboard. But you guys had found you were locked below deck once you were left on the boat for the entire trip and just kind of eventually either decided to stay in your rooms or were forced to or decided to make the best of the trip while you were left there. But the ship would slowly be coming to life as people started to wake up. It was like an early 7-ish a.m. time. The sun was just starting to rise in the early morning. And the ship would slowly come to life as everyone was probably about asleep as best as they could be because it's a really long, boring travel, sitting alone with 1 or 2 other people you most likely won't know how to sell. And being left to just wait while you're waiting for this new frontier you were promised and being given food daily while you're in there. They hit a really jagged stretch of water and the entire boat started to shake and rock and things were thrown. The sails above started to tear a bit, but this was for the sailors who were on the boat and the captain, the normal. This was the boat entering the waters of the Eversong Sea. The Eversong Sea is the hardest part of entering the land of Windstrom. None of the people who've lived here for the last few decades or the people who come through here on their expeditions or come to trade are really quite sure why it is. But every time that new people are brought in, the boat ends up in tattered pieces some way or another whenever it starts entering the sea and makes its way towards the city. But everyone was tossed around, thrown around. They were forced awake, or if they were awake, jostled around. And as this was happening, they finally decided to let everyone up and leave their little cells below deck because it was no longer safe and they wanted to just get everyone up. So as everyone below deck was let out, for you guys who are on this ship, Magical Mr. Maximilian, Lady Divanus
The
Emberheart,
second.
the second, Lady Divanus Emberheart,
Got him.
Isaac Morgan, and Varane.
Sorry,
You'd find.
Isaac's not on the ship.
Oh, Isaac's not. Okay, Isaac's
Yeah,
not.
I was saying I wasn't,
Okay.
but I was muted.
Okay. Sorry
Apologies.
about that. Okay, you're good. You're good. So then it'd just be Lady Dravanis, Magical Mr. Maximilian, and Varine.
The
You
second.
the second. I'm sorry. The second. My apologies, John. My apologies.
You should
Gotta
be.
get it
sorry.
right, dude. Gotta get it right.
Were you paying attention to
It's
the
my
backstory?
stage name.
He killed his master and took the master's stage name.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He also wears a
True
big number 2 on
backstory.
his hat.
So you guys were in the back cell. It was kind of larger than the rest, but you only had one bed, the three of you. You didn't really know each other. There was a looming woman with draconic features clutching onto an egg while just kind of like minding her own business. In the back in the hall, there was Varine, who's just probably a quiet elf watching and trying her best to deal with the time being left in there, and then magical Mr. Maximilian II, who maybe tried to pass the time by doing card tricks or talking their ear off or slinging dice while being locked below deck. But the three of you would have slowly started to get to know each other over the 2 weeks, or at least talked a little bit. You might not be friends, but you're at least aware of the other's existence and you've talked because you were locked away together. The three of you hear one of the captains yell, and he yells, "Everybody awake now! It's time to leave the brig." And you hear a really loud metal clang in a rip, and two giant wooden doors are tossed to the side, and a giant flood of sunlight goes down the entire way down the hallway, and you guys can hear like the loud sound of the ocean waves crashing and smashing, and you can hear the chirping of seagulls out in the air. But you guys are finally able to like breathe like not still oxygen for the first time in probably like a week and a half, since you don't get let out from below deck during this journey. But you guys are being basically just pushed and brustled and forced out on to the main deck. As you guys come out, you would be seeing a landmass, and you'd be right in assuming, because it's what you were told when you were coming here, it was Renatus. And you saw a city that was the only thing really visible from the water before you guys were entering. It had giant wooden buildings. They were almost imposing. Probably the closest thing to what you could think of is like what they could do to it's like a skyscraper, but they were instead of what. But it wasn't quite that. There's this long, tall, wooden imposing towers that they had at the side along the coast, and there was a stone gate, a giant stone gateway that was outstretched and you guys could see a harbor slowly coming into view as your guys' boat is finally making landfall. But yeah, the three of you currently are being forced upstairs on the deck, and you guys would at least be aware of each other, but you guys are being pushed and forced upstairs. Sorry, it's a little long-winded.
The beginning
you
always
do good.
is.
Yeah. But you three are being forced up. Captain ordered you guys to get up. And as you three come up, it takes a while because you're in the back. There's probably a good like 60, 70 people in front of you guys because they really cram these boats as much as they can. And once you finally make it out, you're pretty much at the harbor by the time you guys actually make it off of the last steps. As you do, I'd assume, I'm just going to say, Vereen, you would have been in the back following behind Lady Javanis and Magical Mr. Maximilian II.
You're getting good at this.
Yeah, I have to really make sure. Don't worry. I'll be good with it by the end of the night.
That's fine. I don't really care that much.
It's good. It's funny. Don't worry. And as you guys are leaving, you hear the very loud slam of the wooden doors behind you, and you'd be reminded that you guys are finally free from your little temporary prison below deck. And As you're coming out, the three of you would notice as you're being going in to the docks, there's red, yellow, green, blue balloons that are tied around and tousled everywhere throughout the dock, and there's these really bright colors painted all over the wood. You see the words feet, valor, valor. They're just painted all over the dock, the pathways. It's just being advertised everywhere. Your eyes can kind of like go along as you guys are like going towards, because they're slowly basically loading up a little wooden bridge for you guys to load yourselves off of. But as you look around, that's the biggest thing you'd see. There's not really many people that are standing out amongst you currently. Everyone else seems to mainly just be either other adventurers or people who came here for one reason or another, but no one with anything particularly eye-catching. But you guys would be able to offload yourselves off the boat if you want, or talk amongst each other a bit first, or choose to ignore each other and try to go your own way. But you would have at least been acquainted, stuck in yourself for the last few weeks. Somewhat.
Ooh.
So who of you three wants to start talking? Maybe magical Mr. Maximilian the Second, because I feel like he'd be pretty eccentric.
Oh, look at all the colors! It's beautiful. Ah, I can't wait to perform. I can't wait to show the world my magic.
You've certainly showed us all of your magic tricks like about 100 times.
No, there's more. There's always more.
There's more. It's quite impressive.
Thank you, thank you. I'm always here to impress. Let's see what these colorful signs are for.
Alright.
So as you guys would offload and approach it, you just read in bright neon ink that was just painted onto the woodwork, Feats of Valor Festival. And it had a giant red painted arrow going down the dock that was pointed towards the east. And you could just see it on the woodwork. It'd basically be like, can I do this? I don't have red right now, but it'd be like painted on like this. And for you three, for the sake of it, let me give you little minis. You know,
Ooh, minis.
you have
Oh,
your little
buddy.
tokens. You should be able to move them on your own if you need, but they're right
Wow.
there.
Let's go.
But oh my!
He's
As you
excited.
guys would be slowly offloading and coming off, one of the first things you might notice is at the edge of the dockway, there's a pretty chipper, happy satyr girl who's handing out pamphlets and papers, and next to her are two small satyr children, and they're blowing into these eloquent wooden horns, making loud, blasting music, and trying to catch the attention of everyone that's offloading and coming off of the ship. And anyone who stops to pause or turn to them, they're handing a paper. And if you guys did choose to stop and talk to them, they'd hand you a pamphlet. It would say, like, plastered literally everywhere around the dock at this point, Feats of Valor Festival, eastern end of town. This is your chance. Prove yourselves to the three anchors. Secure yourself a home before you're dead in the wilderness.
Excuse me. I would like to perform. Where do I go to perform?
Perform.
Yes.
If you want
And
to
then I
perform,
cast transmutation,
it's all-
prestidigitation, and make some sparkles and stuff around me as I'm talking.
you see the little kid's eyes light up and they stop blowing on their little wooden horns. Just like, whoa. And they look pretty starstruck and surprised by the very eloquently dressed up magical Mr. Maximilian the Second. And they seem mesmerized by him. And the older satyr girl looks at him. She's like, well, you see, I don't really know if I should tell you this, but If you take your way towards the east, I think it'll do you best. And if you do that, I think it's where you'll find yourself towards the festival. That's where it all should be. If you keep on going and you follow the tents and the music, it should be your best bet.
Thank you, thank you. Oh, but wait. I think there's a little something behind your ear. I'd like to grab behind her ear, pull out a silver coin. Like, oh, look what I found, and
Well,
hand it to her.
she's just kind of staring at you, a little surprised, blinking for a moment before taking it in her hand, staring at it. She's like, "What is this coin? I've never seen it."
It's
So one of the things you might have
it's
not been aware of coming here is that they have their own different currency.
yeah, I know.
Okay.
It's silver. Yes, yes.
Silver. Oh, thank you. But I really have to go back to doing this. Hey, you, sir, please. You'd hear just like to go back to shouting and looking around and trying to shove papers at people. And she seemed really excited, trying to like spread word about it and really presto.
Okay.
So I'm guessing you took her little pamphlet page.
Yeah.
Okay. Vereen and Lady Dravanis, did either of you also take a pamphlet page, or did you just keep walking and follow your
Sure,
magician
why
friend?
not? Let's
I'll
see what
take
this
one.
is all about.
Okay. She would have happily smiled at him and said, "Thank you." And she would have handed the two of you one. And she would have like been pointing her arm and gesturing in the way down the dockway. So if you look around where you were, she would have gestured basically south with her. She would have been gesturing like south with her, and if you guys like moved along down the south, you'd see a flow of people, just a giant crowd just moving and slowly rupturing down along the way. And there's just a flood of people making their way. And if you followed it, you'd basically find your way to the festival. If you didn't get too sidetracked along the way or something didn't catch your eye, as you slowly walked your way through the dock, here I can navigate you just so that he's like showing the way. It'd be something like this.
Yeah,
Yep.
I wanted to follow her advice.
You would basically be going the way she told you. And as you guys were getting unsure if you're getting close, you followed the crowd. There was a really large red illustrious banner, and it just said "Fare this way," and had a giant golden arrows, and it was pointing in the direction of a small little wooden bridge. And out across it, you saw like a grassy area, and you could hear the loud little pops. You could hear people yelling and chatting. You could see reddish yellow tents that were sprung up. You could see kids running that way, people walking from it. And you could smell a really strong sense of mutton, meat, wine, pretty much everything you could think of that'd be like a commodity. You could like smell or see coming from this direction right now as you guys were approaching it and going towards it. But would the three of you want to keep going and go over into the fairgrounds?
I would keep going to the fairgrounds.
It seems
I'm going to
exciting. Let's
perform.
press.
So you guys would carry on to the fairgrounds. So change the map. So let me map size is a little different here. So your mini's gonna be a bit bigger, a little chunkier. Boom. There we go. Yeah, with the it's randomly dropping here. You'll see why in a little bit. But so as you three come in, you see similar to before, Pizza Valor Festival, and it's a giant reddish yellow banner sprung up. It's being held up by two large wooden poles, and as you approach, you see people throwing torches, and they're throwing them and catching them and juggling them. And at the other side, you'd see someone maybe similar to Magical Mr. Maximilian II, pulling cards out, shuffling cards, showing sleight of hand tricks. And as you're coming, this is a really large array of the moment you're walking in, different illustrious activities going on. One of the first things that you might notice, instead of like the typical carnies you might expect to see, or like stage hands or performance hands. There seemed to be giant shambling suits of armor that were moving around carrying various boxes, carrying supplies, bags. They were just autonomously walking around the festival and walking through crowds and stomping their way through and taking stuff where it needed to be. But there were these giant shambling black armored creatures.
I have a question. Do
Yeah.
I notice anything unusual about this like circus fair type thing?
Does anything seem unusual?
Yeah. So
Unusual, do you mean like
like familiar.
magical, or do you mean
Just not necessarily magical, more
just
like
off?
yeah, because I should know quite a bit
Because
about
you've
how like
been
circuses and fairs operate. Like, does it
so
seem like it's looking like a typical run of the day fair? Or does it seem like there's something a
it
little?
seems average, but with its own quirks, definitely. Because you would be used to like the normal like actual people being carnies and working out, but you could tell that like the autonomous armors you saw like running around, walking, shambling around with crates and stuff were fulfilling the same role. Maximize to
Okay.
like grown up in the circus and been used to it.
So that
Um,
seems like a little unusual, but it's
it's not like
understandable.
alarming you. Yeah,
Okay, okay.
it's
Just wanted
different, but it's not like where am I? Oh my god,
okay.
fear factor.
Just looks a little different. Maybe they do things a little different down here type.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Thank you.
So as you guys got here, you'd see more of the similar satyrs running around, moving through the crowd, occupying booths. There was orcs, there were humans, there were dwarfs, there were elves, there were half dragons, there were Goliaths, there were kobolds. Pretty much races of everywhere you could think of between the continents were somewhere in this crowd. You notice it was a very spread crowd of people of different walks of life and different races. There isn't like a dominant race really taking over besides like the people in charge, which would mean like the dryads, some orcs, some dragonborn. You didn't really seem to notice like one race that was like, in control of this entire thing, or like the majority in this area, you newcomers. But as the three of you were walking in, you'd hear a bit of a loud metal clang off to the right in the middle of a crowd. And you'd see some people talking and a bit concerned. And they'd be one of the shambling metal creatures. It was just kind of stopped and lurched, like looking down at the ground, and it was like looked like it was a little bit off and it wasn't working right. And next to it would be what appeared to be a owl person. You weren't really sure. Some of you might have seen them before, some might have not. But there was just a large bird-like person just kind of standing in front of it and looking a little confused because the animatronic basically just kind of shut itself off.
I'm gonna
And
walk a
people
step
were
backwards away.
take a step backwards away.
Yeah.
I'd
Okay.
like to take a step forward as I am intrigued.
Intrigued.
Oh.
Take a step forward too.
Okay.
I take another step backwards.
Look at that large feathery creature over there. Vereen, do you see that?
Yeah, I've never seen something like that before.
It's quite fascinating. I think I like to touch it.
I don't know
there,
about.
my feathery friend. And,
Are you
Javon,
behind me or are you in
Javon
front of me?
I'm to your
Like, are you on his
Oh yeah,
the
am
other
I in front of
side?
him?
So in front of him is like he's just kind of staring at the fucked up animatronics. He'd be on his side right now.
I'd like to make a stealth check to try and touch his feathers.
Or
Oh,
like a stealth check that touches that.
like
Yes,
I don't know
please.
who's gonna touch me.
Okay.
Do owls get like advantage on that on the perception because they can swivel their head around?
Ooh.
Can
We'll
Maybe.
do
I try to roll perception, see how good I do?
yeah, we'll do
Yeah.
you know, yeah, I like the sound of advantage one. We'll do a perception of advantage. It sounds fun.
Uh,
I like the sound
heck
of that.
yeah.
That'll help
I like reach out my hand as I see this, and I'm just like, don't ruffle his feathers.
I I grab your hand
I'm too far
at the
away
wrist,
to hear me.
but because my hand is so big, I grab it with like 2 fingers, like
Oh,
my forefinger and my thumb,
oh goodness.
and then I look at you and I go, "You shouldn't touch people you don't know."
I'm so sorry. I was so intrigued. I couldn't help myself. Are you
Yeah,
fluffy?
then am I fluffy? Hmm.
If you look at me,
My
I'm scaly. I feel rough. I'd like to experience touching something soft and fluffy.
I like, you know how dogs like they'll shake their whole kind of body and like so I do that, but my feathers just kind of ruffle like um and then I go, "Okay." And then I reach out my arm.
Thank you. Oh, oh wow. This is quite soft.
Yeah, you feel like you how do you like press into it or is it kind of like a gentle touch?
Gentle, very gentle, like just kind of like petting a dog, like as you were saying before.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you'd still feel like bulging muscle, like
Okay,
like
okay. You
like
jacked, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Swole boy, huh? You
I'm
make
just saying.
Swell.
you make quite a fine pillow. I mean your feathers, of course.
My eyes just kind of like blink twice and I'm just like the phrase hit me but I didn't quite understand it. I'm just like my head even cocks a bit to the side and I just go who's your friend?
Oh, hi, my name's Havereen. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Vereen. Good to meet you. And I reach out my big hand. It's like there's like talons on the edge of it, but like it's shaped like a hand. Like I have 5 fingers, but like the fingers
Little
are like
talons underneath, or
yeah. So
okay.
I reach out my hand to shake it.
Alright, I shake it back and I ask, what's your name?
I hmm, I go by Night Owl. That is what they call me.
Oh, you certainly look like it.
Yeah, I guess it does really fit. Where are you guys from?
India. Or.
Did you say India? like
It's in India.
like the country?
You keep on confusing India for India, and he said that like 3
Oh boy.
times.
I am from India.
Oh no.
Starting off great. Starting off great.
Episode 1, The Gang Gets Racist.
I'm from Emberheart Keep in Astralis. That's my family's kingdom.
So as you guys were talking, you're having some nice small talk. The 3 of you, specifically Night Owl, you might be intrigued as you hear him start to talk. To your right, you see a little pit set up, and you might have been watching and noticing men are walking into it, and it's basically a wrestling pit. They were calling it the grappling challenge. And you hear one of the carnies and say, step right up, prove you're the strongest in all of Windstrom. And you'd see some pretty people you consider competition, some Dragonborn, some orcs, some pretty built elves, but they were still pretty lame. But people of different races and all kinds of different strong, well-toned competition were slowly lining up to like get in the line to like join next to try to beat the defending champion. They called him Turk, and he was a really bulging orc. He was probably about 250 pounds. He's pretty much one of those like pure muscle bodybuilders where it's like the really big bulging, almost borderline gross level. And his body's basically just pure muscle at this point. And he's almost a good reference to like Zangief from Street Fighter. He's like a green Zangief. But you'd be seeing that behind you and starting up. But while that's going on, Maximilian, did anything catch your eye as you wandered away from the group and looked around?
Yeah. Who seems like the most important person here?
Most important. So if you're looking around the crowd, the most important is that you'd see a tall, regal, dragonborn man wandering the edge of the crowd. He had a cane in one hand, and he actually had a pipe in his other hand. And
Yep.
if you approached him, he'd look at you a little cautiously and surprised. So you're
Uh,
gonna approach him.
Yeah, I'm approaching. Excuse me, sir. I would love to perform here. It's a wonderful fair you have here, and I would like to show off some of my skills. And I like to prestidigitation, make all sorts of like little explosions around me, like fireworky type stuffs, mini fireworks.
You'd see him blink a few times with like a little bit of like a snarl rising like in his like lips, like he laughed with a little chuckle. He's like, "Well, I don't really know what to tell you, but we have a lot of little magical people like you who come through here. I don't really know what makes you stand out watching
Well then
that
I can do a trick here.
trick."
Do you have a deck of cards?
Yeah, you see him reach into his like long coat pockets, ruffling. And he pulls out like a bit of like a sweaty, like loose stack of cards, and he hands them to you.
Okay, so this is gonna be complicated, but it's getting to screen share to like webcam.
I heard about this. I'm not sure what
you
you're
just believe
doing.
me instead? My webcam's not hooked up right now.
I need to see it.
Oh no, dude, you didn't say that. Awkward. Okay.
You need a
I can do a
second?
different trick. That's not the cards then.
You want to do a different trick?
The cards is cooler though.
Maybe it's up to you. I mean, do the cards feel normal to you? Do they feel right? Do they feel like genuine cards that you'd want to use?
Yeah, the cards are fine.
I'm just checking to make sure.
It doesn't actually matter. I just need to see it.
Did you want me to give Dan a moment to set that up and we go to someone else?
Yeah, let's do that.
Sure.
Okay. So you start talking up this guy, getting ready to show him a really grandeur magic. Maybe magical Mr. Maximilian the second is announcing his presence, yelling and kind of pulling people towards him, making sure to make it known that he's here and wanting to really draw in a crowd. I don't know if there's anything you think he'd yell, or it's just like he's getting ready to start a trick. If he does anything like that, so like really kind of
I'd just
draw
be
people
saying
in.
like, I can mystify the mind, dazzle the senses, and stuff like that.
So for you guys, Isaac, Morgan, and Thatcher, you guys are kind of be off on your own little adventures. You two have also kind of been here for a while. For you, Isaac, you were just kind of slowly going through the booths right now and looking at the various food options that they had available. And a lot of it looked like, surprisingly, some of the meat that you had recently traded in at the market in Winstrom. And you might have been a little surprised to see that. But it was mainly just a lot of like a random mishmash meat that they were calling mutton and labeling as mutton. And various brews they were selling, some small potions that they promised would do things like make you stronger, or fix your eyesight, or help you focus. And various little serums like this were being sold in little booths by different people waiting, and like lines of people lined up. But as you were looking around, there didn't really seem to be anything that maybe like totally drew you, besides that you might have noticed that like the meat that they were using as you watched it being cooked and used looked really familiar to the stuff you might have been like hunting this last week. But as you're looking at that, that's the thing that would stick out for you. I don't know if there's anything that might bring him in, some of the things that they know about that would be going on at the contest, because you would have been here for a while yourself, and also Thatcher's character. You guys might have come here a few times since you've been here for a bit. Some of the various events that are usually going on, there's usually an archery contest. There's the grappling pit that was mentioned earlier. There's a grandeur dance festival that goes on towards the early evening. There's a pie eating contest that's pretty comical. but the people who take and get themselves involved in it take it really seriously because it has a really big prize. And besides this, some of the other events that they have going is there's an amateur magician show that they have where they try to draw in new people to try to see what someone can do to dazzle the audience or show off what they're capable of. There's one or two little booths that were set up for something that's a little different. It was truth sayer. It was not truth sayer. That's what I'm looking for.
Fortune teller.
It was fortune tellers. Yeah, it was two little fortune teller booths that were on the edge, and they had quite the line. And they claimed if they couldn't truly tell you a fortune that fit you, you'd get a unique reward. But it seemed like everyone who was doing it was being left surprised or shocked or wondering how they knew what they knew. And it was the pretty like typical run of the mill if you would have lived here for a while. But would there be anything for you, Isaac, that stuck out since you've been here at least a few times?
Probably not.
Just be like
Maybe
watching the people.
I imagine I probably haven't been to the fortune tellers yet, since he wouldn't trust all that mumbo jumbo
Yeah.
nonsense. Being from the Feywild, he's probably seen some much grander magic.
Yeah. I
Probably
mean, it's possible he could hear the Grandeur Magician, Magical Mr. Maximilian II, starting to shout and yell about his magic, arguing with the guy who you would recognize, Sire Goldhorn, who is like the crude older man who is in charge of the fair, and trying to show off his magic to him with like a small crowd forming, or maybe something like
yes,
that.
yes,
in the
I
future.
would. Isaac would definitely be wandering over that
Okay.
way if the magic trick is ready. I see a GoPro camera.
That's what I was trying to set up into. I wasn't sure if it was. Is it ready,
Yeah, I
Dan?
actually need to switch to my phone too.
Okay.
Well, let me switch to my phone.
Is your GoPro ready, Dan, or no?
We're having some technical difficulties.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
We
So
totally
Thatcher.
stall. Yeah.
I can always go to Thatcher. Yeah, so Thatcher. You would have been here at least. This might be your first, or you've been here a
Okay.
little bit. I can't quite remember. You'd at least been here a little bit.
Let's say this is my first time at
Okay.
this fair.
First time
carnival.
at this fair? Okay.
Yeah.
So as you're looking around, what kind of
Would have walked in the traditional route. I probably would have just
wandered in from the forest or
wandered in
something?
from the side or whatever direction I heard the noise from.
Mhm.
But if I'm wandering through and I'm smelling the smells and hearing the sounds and all of that, and just overwhelmed with all of this fun, if I did see anything magic related, that would have drawn me like a moth to a flame. So if and I'm not trying to speed up to that point,
Yeah.
but if I do see the mystery magical Mike or whatever is
Mystery magic,
Wow,
magical
Mr. Maximilian
magic Mike.
Love it.
if
I'm-
I see a magician getting ready to make sparkles in the air and things like that, I'm gonna beeline in that direction. Now, at the same time as I beeline in that direction, I could easily be distracted by anything and go discover something on my way there. But yeah, that would be my end goal if I see a magician standing up and saying, I've got something for you, and then especially if he says, I've got a card trick for you. Oh yeah, that's right up my alley.
So he's basically just looking around and enthralled, kind of following his like nose and just like slipping around the crowd, like looking around everything right now.
Definitely. What am I seeing actually in the, like, I guess on the spot on the map? It looks like there's some sort of dragon or something in a pen over here.
So yeah, so around where you found yourself wandered into, you saw like a young bronze dragon that was chained up, and it was like in the corner of a pen, and they had someone on the other side of the pen with like a metal heated poker, like slowly approaching the dragon and like quote unquote fending it off, as it's basically just kind of like poking at and attacking a cornered animal. But you see there's like a crowd around it, like cheering it on, happy with it. And you'd maybe be a little confused by the twisted
Yeah.
of it.
No, no. What? You said that there's a person poking a
Yeah,
hot
it was like
poker
it was
at the
like
dragon.
it was like a person that's working for the kind of slowly poking at the dragon.
What's this person look like? How big? What's the like? They look official
I'd
or
say it's another one of these satyrs who seem to be all over. The satyrs seem like the main bulk of the people that are actually like, running the carnival, besides the suits of armor and a few big, bulky-looking dudes that are like around, like slowly wandering around the crowd, trying to look discreet, but they stick out like a sore thumb.
male, female,
It's a
or
young,
can I tell?
happy, laughing. Like it looks like a male. It
Okay.
looks like a young, happy, laughing male satyr. He's really enjoying himself as he's toying with this other creature.
Oh, good sir, you must stop. What are you doing? Stop that. This is looking over at the I'm assuming it's an infant dragon or a young dragon of some
Like a
sort.
very young dragon.
Very
Yeah.
young. Are you okay? Talking, I don't know if this thing can talk or not, but are you okay? What is your name? Why are they doing this to you? And why are you looking back at the satyr? Why are you poking him with that hot stick? I could poke you. I'm gonna try to take the hot stick from him.
You go try to grab it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to grab the hot stick out of his hand.
Okay.
You want me to do a sleight of hand or
I'll send the roll a second. Yeah, so he's gonna be looking at you pretty shocked, and you're gonna hear a loud boo roar through his like boo, and you're gonna see him looking at you, kind of shocked. He's like, What are you doing, buddy? This is my gig." And
your gig is to poke this poor dragon?
as you start to like argue with him and see it, the dragon's like another like roar of like frustrated like pain as like you try to like snatch the stick from I think the roll request should have sent on your screen.
What?
Let me check. Did you get the roll request pop up on your screen?
The roll request? No, I don't think so.
You didn't.
I'm not sure what I'm looking for though.
Real quick,
on your
Skitty,
yeah.
I just need you to like. You can use your phone for it. I'll be mainly streaming my side of the things, so I just need to like check something. So if you can just use your phone, that would be fine.
Okay. I'm guessing Dan's still solving the
Yeah, I
technical
got you, bro.
difficulty. Okay. So
Mainly, I'm
let
gonna be
me.
streaming from my side as well, something. So you can like show that to the stream, but I just need to
Yeah.
take
I don't
a
I
know
look.
think
why it's.
I think all the commotion would definitely all the boos and then from the crowd would maybe draw Isaac's attention, and he would
Okay. So they
start
find
to
him, sorry.
make his way over.
Okay. So as Isaac approached, he'd see a small, concerned, really chipper bunny who looked like some like another person from the Feywild, arguing and fighting with this satyr, and the crowd's all glaring daggers at him as he stepped into like the little ring, so to speak, and was tussling with them. And since it's not letting me send you the roll for some reason, Thatcher, I'm just gonna like click the roll for you if that's okay and roll it just for this one. If that's okay, just to see how it go.
Oh.
Yeah. So you would
Oh.
angrily in like your fume and defense of the dragon as Isaac is coming over, snatch the hot metal like rod poker from the satyr, and he can like take a step back, looking surprised and wide-eyed, as your
I
short little
would
form
be
darted at him and grabbed it.
if I can get this into my hands, I would be trying to poke it back at him. See, do you like this? You like this, good sir? And then turning back to the dragon, I've got your back. It's okay. We'll get out of here. These horrible people.
Isaac would then interpose himself between this tiny rabbit person, and the and the fair worker, and just be like, whoa, 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 whoa there, hey,
Oh,
hey, but
hello. How are you?
I'm
Hello.
doing good. First time here.
Yes. This is a fantastic place, but I don't what do you see this stick? It's hot and they're poking him. I haven't
Oh
even
yes,
caught his name
quite
yet.
hot. Here, could I borrow that stick for a moment?
Are you going to poke him?
No, I was gonna cool it down.
Oh, here, here. I hand it over.
And I imagine there's a bucket of water around here to actually like
Yeah.
cool. I throw the poker in the bucket of water, and kind of put my arm around this tiny rabbit person. Oh, what was your name, sir?
I am Thatcher. Pleased to meet you. What is yours?
Isaac. Come, follow me, and I'll start wheeling him away from the crying dragon. And
I walk
I'll say,
willingly.
so did you come in on the boat or other means?
I don't. I have not seen the boat. That sounds incredibly fascinating, and we should go look at that soon. But no, I didn't. I took a nap between some rocks, and now I'm here. I wandered through some grass and some trees, and then I saw this. I heard and I smelled. Ooh, and the smells are fantastic. So, I'm here.
Oh yeah, took a nap. 2 rocks, classic. Yep, that's other means. Well, come, follow me this way. I'll show you around. Don't worry about that dragon, by the way. This is his job. It's all part of the act.
Oh, that's rather odd, but definitely. Oh, and there's the magician. I was on my way there myself. Are you going to see the magician?
Yeah,
I
he's
am
been
so
setting up
excited.
for about 10 minutes now. It should be good, whatever he's doing.
Oh, fantastic.
Are we good now, Skitty?
Thank you. Are you good,
Yeah,
Dan?
we can start if you want. I'm gonna rejoin on my phone, okay?
Okay.
It just might mess up the stream.
Okay.
You know, nice toes for us.
Thanks, man.
Hey, yo, free
All right.
feet?
Free feet.
Oh,
Yep. Hold on. I'll put this on later because I need to check something first.
Yeah.
Let me get
I
the
don't want to
stupid
show
out.
your beautiful face.
I got the setup right here. You guys ready? Got the magic cards over here. All right. So here's your deck of cards. God, I don't know how to. All right, you just gotta trust. You just gotta trust me that I know how to shuffle, all right? Yeah, I'll do it like this. All right. Yeah, this isn't on stream today. All right, we're shuffling. All right, we're all shuffled up. All right, what's next? Like this side or this side? Faces? Alright. Just fan it out, all the way. Holy smokes, a lot of cards. A little more. Alright, okay. All the way through. Oh. Yeah. Okay, you should be on camera right now. Okay. That's all. Alright. I just wanted to make sure it's a 52 card deck, it's important. Oh, alright, yeah. Now, what I want you to do is first close it. Alright, close. Cut the deck wherever you'd like. Okay, cutting it right here. Now place the bottom half on top. Okay. Horizontally, you got it. Horizontally. That's not horizontally. What is it? Oh, shit. What do you mean horizontally? Yeah, it's ridiculous. Oh, no. Alright, hold on. This is just messing everything up for me. Alright, let's... You messed it up. Oh my goodness. Alright, fan out the deck one more time. What? Okay, alright. You're killing me, puppy. Okay, alright, we're ready? There's a little more right here, but we'll make do. A little more, all the way. He's taking a picture. I'm not taking a picture. Alright, close it. Okay, closing it. In my brain. Alright, cut the deck. Alright, cutting it. Cut it right here. Alright. Now this time, put the other leg, the bottom half on top. Not like that. Not like that. The other way. Bottom half on top, but put it so you... No. Like this? Turn it. Yeah. Okay. Turn that one. Like that. Okay. And put it on top. Okay, you see it? Yeah. Alright, put it on top. Okay. Turn it? Yes. Okay. Okay, now set it down. Okay. Bro, I'm not a magician, bro. I'm not a magician. So now let me switch to my phone. Okay. We'll come back to that here in a second. Bro, I'm not a magician.
Yeah, we will be watching him do this with like the little flabbergasted nobleman who runs the thing. Gets a little confused as he's arguing with him, trying to get the trick perfect.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Lady Travana should just still talking about weather. Marine's like, I really like clouds.
Okay, okay. He's got a pen. He's got some paper. What's going on?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to read your mind. So first, I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
Please pick a number.
7.
Any number. Actually, before you do, I'm going to write down my prediction. But keep it secret from the camera.
He's
I'm
asking.
going to write down my prediction.
He's asking the guy this, right? Not me.
It can be you too.
Okay, I just want to make sure. All right, so 7.
Okay. Everybody says like 3 or 7. So can you pick like a bigger number, like 3 digits, 4 digits?
10.
Okay. It's not 3 digits, but okay, it's fine. We'll go with it.
Oh, I might have to be in the deck, dude. You're messing me up.
No, it's fine. I'm going to ask you another question.
Okay.
But before I ask you another question, I'm going to write another prediction, okay?
Okay. Oh no, dude.
So please give me a name.
A name?
A name.
Night Owl.
Okay. So next, I'm going to predict your card.
Okay.
Let me write down the card.
King of Hearts.
So, what I need you to do is I need you to take the top packet off. And then pull off the very top card.
Okay. Do you want to see it or not?
Don't tell me.
I'm not telling you anything. It's off.
The top half or the
Okay.
top and the bottom half?
You cut the deck twice. Right, you cut the deck. So there's a top half on top. Fuck, I'm gonna switch to my computer, make sure you're doing this right.
Hopefully you two are enjoying this music because that is impromptu magic trick I didn't even know about.
Okay. That's girls clapping. Okay. So, let me see the cards. Take the top half off.
Yeah, so I took the top half off, right? And you want this card right here.
Draw the very top card.
Okay.
But don't show me.
I'm not showing you anything. It's off.
Okay.
Okay.
So let me show you my predictions.
Okay. Do you want me to look at it?
Alright.
Okay.
I'll tell him to shut up. I don't know what game he's playing. You show everybody your card.
Sure. Are you looking?
I can't see it, but I'll show you my prediction.
Okay. So I'm showing the webcam the card, right?
What's your card?
Whoa! I didn't even show you yet. Hold up. Okay. I like it. All right.
Alright. Was it the King of Hearts?
Dude. No.
Did you fuck it up, Skinny? Oh my god.
No, I took the top card from the top, and that's what you told me, right?
The top card from the bottom half of the deck.
Oh yeah. Okay, so this is my card. Yeah. But you're still wrong.
Oh my god. It's King of Diamonds.
That's King of Diamonds.
Oh no, dude. Oh no.
7 does 10. Oh my god.
Maximilian the second. What are you gonna do?
Oh goodness
You
gracious.
didn't figure it out. You did do it.
All right. Yeah. All right, I'm swapping back. Oh jeez, dude. I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
It was a good
Killing
try.
me, Skitty.
You're
I'm very
so
curious
close, dude.
how this translated to D&D World.
So
Can we
was
just
almost
pretend
correct.
I got the first one right?
let's just pretend I was right. We'll pretend it all went perfect.
Oh my goodness, I fucked it up.
Okay, your backing character is the magical Mr. Maximilian II. Proud and happy, he just predicted all 3 in a row. So Sire Goldhorn's looking at you a bit surprised. His eyes are wide, and he's just like, "Okay." He's like, "Okay. Tell you what, there's a
Isaac is gonna be clapping in the background. And he's gonna elbow Thatcher to clap too. It's like, yeah,
Totally clapping.
nailed
That was amazing.
You'd see the
Killing
guy
me.
slowly walk
I'm
off
so
if he just like
salty if I
walks
cut out.
off down the pathway and he like, abandons Maximilian. He leaves him with the cards. He didn't care about the cards.
You gotta deck the cards.
Got an extra sweaty deck of cards.
Isaac will walk up to Mr. Magic Mike.
What?
Say, that's quite the show there. Tell me,
Thank you, thank you.
Was that magic? Was that magical or just mundane trickery?
That's I'll leave it to your imagination.
That was magical.
Well, do let us know if you can read our thoughts or anything like that. Nasty business.
Oh,
You can read thoughts.
you never know.
Read my mind. Read my mind right now. What am
Sure.
I thinking about?
We'll try something different. Pick a number between 1 and 13.
Done.
Okay. Next, I want you to add 4 to it.
Yo, babe. Portia,
Done.
magic trick for the campaign.
Multiply by 2.
Oh man, heavy math.
Subtract 6. We lose you?
Hold on.
The math's killing him. The math's killing him.
I was told there would be no math.
This is just this is just a new class.
Okay, I've got it.
Divide by 2.
Got it.
Minus your initial number.
Okay.
I can tell you your answer.
What is it?
It's 1.
Holy shit.
Got it. You got my number. That's amazing. You might be the most powerful mage I've ever met.
I had a good teacher.
You must have. Wow. Do you see this guy? Turning over to Isaac. That was amazing.
I see him all right. This is my good friend Thatcher. I didn't quite catch your name, magician.
Oh, magical Mr. Maximilian II. Thank you, thank
Mr.
you.
Magical
What
second. Nice to meet you.
name?
Whenever I say my name, it's prestidigitation to make sparklies.
That's so cool.
So I'm guessing
And then bow.
you're fresh off the boat as well.
Yes. I've come here searching for a place to perform. As I
Well,
like
that's
wildly swing my arms around.
not the skills people usually try to show off around here, but hey, never know, it might work.
I'm quite skilled in this area in particular.
I think you're gonna go far.
Thank
Amazing.
You, thank you.
Amazing. Well, if you're ever near the big tree in the Great Woods, you come on by. I'll introduce you to everybody. You'll be a hit. Huge hit.
Thank you. Let me the big tree. Where was that again? Let me.
You just travel behind me for, I don't know, a half a day and you'll run right into it.
Okay. Thank you. And then
might be-
I'd like to shake his hand, but I'm gonna use Mage Hand. But I'm going to have it in place of my actual hand and shake it with that, but then have my hand disappear after I shake his hand.
Dumbfounded and amazed.
Oh my goodness.
might be best to take those directions with a grain of salt. That's the middle of a field. Thatcher, maybe don't give too many directions out. I still need to fill you in about this particular place. First thing, sun's gonna go down in a few hours, and damnedest thing, it goes right back up after about 6 or 7.
You don't say.
Yeah, keeps doing that. Just a little different every day, but yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Why-
come walk with me. I'll we'll grab some snacks and go watch the wrestling
Mm.
bits.
Snacks and wrestling?
Oh
Hmm.
yeah, about these fellows. They're not fighting because they're disagreeing about something. This is their job, just like the dragon back there.
I will follow your lead.
Okay, was number 6 the fighting pit?
Like around like between 6 to 7 around there. Yeah, around that area.
Could I make a perception check in the general, like, what is it? Just like around me in the fair to see if anyone around me is doing basically anything that could be deemed like dangerous or like
Sure.
yeah, like stealing or any crime basically. Just in general. Oh,
Great roll.
I'm getting all my good rolls out. That's not good.
No, you're using it on the RP. It's okay. The RP.
Cool, cool, cool.
As you're looking around and scanning the area around you, nothing really seems to be like standing out too bad yet. It's
Okay, for sure.
you're sitting there, Varine, and talking to Lord Javana still probably maybe finally stopped passively petting your feathers.
So
Hopefully by now, and
Would
you're
I
gonna sit there
recognize
chilling.
this giant black owl as I pass by?
Oh yeah, he sticks out.
I would know he's there, but would I know who he is?
You might have
I
seen him around town a few times if you were around. If like he stuck, because he's been around for a long time in this area.
Oh, okay, okay. I would lean over to Thatcher and be like, okay, you see the big, don't look, but the big bird, the big black one we just passed?
Wait, you mean the owlin over there?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Steer
Yeah.
clear of that guy, alright? I'm not for sure, alright, but I've heard some rumors about him.
Oh,
Nothing good.
really?
Something about war crimes back in the Feywild. Oh, we're not in the Feywild, by the way. I was gonna, try to ease you into it, but, it comes up when it comes up.
Well, where? I have so many questions, but first, war crimes. I don't even know where to start. Why aren't we in the Fae? And who took me?
Well, I mean, probably you took you. That's how it usually works. You pass over a gate you weren't supposed to, you cross a field, you take a nap.
I spoke to no spiders. I spoke to no spiders, and I jumped into no ponds. I shouldn't be here if I'm not at home.
That's the thing about the Feywild. You usually get out of there when you don't want to, and getting back there when you want to, it's a bit of a trick.
Well, I will have words with someone when I find that person. And back to this Owlin. Could he be related to the war?
I mean, that'd be my guess, but I'm not gonna ask him.
Do you want me to? I
Hey,
can.
it's your life, buddy. Good luck.
Well,
I'm gonna pat him on the shoulder.
I don't. Someone once told me that I need to not jump at everything I see to live a good long life. So maybe I'll just follow you. And you said we're gonna go see people wrestling for fun.
Absolutely. Probably throwing some
right.
punches too.
Fantastic.
When the judges aren't looking.
That doesn't sound fair, but let's do it. I'd love to watch this, and I'll keep to myself because apparently I don't know things at all. Odd.
Yeah, you stick with me. I'll take care of you.
Oh, thank you.
I think I would notice you guys walk past me. Are they close enough that I could hear their conversation? Because I had a really strong perception.
I would not be whispering.
You would have probably picked up on him talking like, also, magical Mr. Maximilian, were you just standing back there like after your trick, or did you wander back over to your friends, or? Horse is dead.
Paging Mr. Max. Paging Mr. Max.
I was muted. Whoops. I was saying like, oh, I said I've messed up the trick, but I didn't actually mess up the trick in the game world, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Did it seem like I could get work from the guy? He did just kind of
He's
like
kind of
leave.
wandered off and just like left you keep the cards when like the other two came up talking to you.
Yeah, maybe I'll like follow after him.
You just gonna slowly follow this guy.
Yeah,
Okay. I'll get back to that in a second then.
yeah.
So, yeah, you would have picked up on some of the words that Isaac would have been saying about you, Night Owl, or at least talking about, an owl, a bird person. As far as you're aware, you're probably the only bird person in the area.
Yeah. How would I react to that? I would, I think, I think I would start to keep a closer watch on them, but
Not
like,
approach or anything.
yeah, but I'm kind of talking to, can you fly? Can you fly?
Oh,
I'm talking to
me?
Lady Joannis. Yeah,
Can I fly?
yeah.
Hmm. I think that's for me to know and for you to find out.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just gonna ask if you wanted to fly up and like watch the wrestling from above.
Oh. Um. Mm, I just met you. It's kind of awkward.
Right. Of course. Right. No, yeah, no problem. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna go over here, and then just like,
Seemed like an awkward, like, hey, want to go out? And then no.
Bog.
confused. I'm gonna fly just straight up, and then like,
Fly up.
I'm gonna fly and then like, land over here.
He does some eyes on you. People are definitely seeing you fly across a wrestling pit and like land over in your own little like makeshift roost. But
Hmm.
you'd be like watching the people. They're definitely small. Like, thinking about how big is your character like physique wise? I know he's pretty toned. I don't remember how tall he is.
Uh,
About
yeah, he's like 6'5", 6'6".
Jesus Christ.
Huge.
Okay, he's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
fuck.
yeah,
He's a unit. Okay.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
oh shit. These are for show. Oh, shit.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, you can type in game and those are.
Uh, this is great.
Yeah, Lady Dravanis and Verena, you two also wandering over towards the wrestling pits to watch, or
Yeah.
are you going to Lady Dravanis?
Us girls gotta stick together.
Oh yeah.
So before we get into that, I guess we should see what our friend, what's his fucking name, Magical Mr. Maximilian II is up to.
Oh, let's go. I'm just like
So you're just
low-key
following this
stalking the
guy
guy
and
trying to
talking.
get a job.
He's like, for the last time, no, we have enough magicians.
No, please, I can do more tricks.
He's just looking at you really disappointed, a hand going across his face. He's like, ugh.
No. Should I actually do one more? Probably not.
He's like, guards. He starts to like say that, and you see some like short, like stockier but big dragon boards that just like loom through the crowd in your direction.
Was he not impressed with my previous trick?
He was like sort of impressed, but he's seen enough being like here that he's not like floored with how long he's been working in like the circus industry. Also, you might notice there's definitely a bit of a magical quality to him.
Okay.
He definitely doesn't seem like he doesn't have like some sort of connection to magic.
Okay.
But he kind of like nodded his head and like said the word like guards, and like some like looming bigger figures were like moving in like the crowd in your general direction, like next to him, still following him.
I'm very sad.
Reject.
Very sad. Let me hold on one sec. What exactly do I do with this? Give me 1 second.
Gumball, you should have rolled a flirt check.
Yeah, you really should have.
He's not good at. It's,
So
That's-
wanna fly?
that's not a strength. Well, I mean, okay, listen, he was
Dedication of the
genuinely
character.
curious about whether this girl could fly, and then
I know.
she's like, that's right, and I'm just like, oh, all right, well, I was just, and then it's like, oh God, and then
Flying's kind of
Okay.
intimate.
yeah, I guess to a bird it wouldn't be.
So what I'd like to do
Mhm.
is I'd like to do a minor illusion
Okay.
of my voice next to his ears as I walk away.
Okay.
You'll regret this when I'm famous. And then I just walk away.
You see him kind of. You can hear his like little like heavy like steps just kind of stop, and he like is in place like a few steps. Like you probably got him like 5 or 10 steps, and before he starts walking again, and you don't see the figures in the crowd walking towards you anymore, and you at least feel a little relieved that it doesn't seem like you're still being walked after.
Okay.
But you might notice like pretty much most of the crowd has kind of went in the direction of like the bottom rightish pocket of the fair. It'd be a lot of loud yelling, some cheering. It'd be over at the wrestling pit, funny enough. But on your way there would definitely be a lot of like the off, like relaxing workers who are just like random satyrs just chilling out, some dwarfs chilling out, works.
Oh, I want to
Just kinda
like walk by
relaxing.
the other magicians and just like nitpick and like mumble. It's like he can't even do this correctly. Like, oh my god, that's so sloppy. Like even anyone can see it and just like be like super low key as I'm walking towards the crowd
Yeah.
where the wrestling is.
Yo, I'm loving this Maximilian shit, by the way.
I enjoy them.
My boy's going in.
He's salty, dude. These kids like can't even do magic
The
right, like you
passion
know.
is there.
As you're on your way, just walking by and walking through them, you notice most of the magic they were doing seemed really basic and like the kind of thing your master would have been teaching you when you were like, basically almost like a young child. And it was all the very simple card tricks and hat tricks and pulling coins out like you did earlier. Nothing that seemed to be really amazing and fitting the name of the festival. And people were being to you overwhelmingly surprised or happy about it as you walked by and like saw them freaking out.
I'm trying to decide how petty I feel like being right now. Hold on. Okay, I'll be nice. I've been messing around too much. We'll see.
Just gonna
Okay.
wander off towards like where your boys are.
I'm just gonna be like wandering throughout, and I'm sure like eventually as I'm wandering, I'll
You'll
run
bump
into
into
them.
them. Okay, she's randomly wandering the festival that's all going on. Okay. So
I'm just glad I didn't find an empty stage.
there might be. You better be careful. That's all. Barine and Lady Dravanis are looking around. Barine, you notice as you're leading the two of you, there were some empty seats right behind two similar animal creatures to the friend you met earlier, at least in their oddity from where you would have been from, at least. There was a fox and like a hare just talking to each other and having a good time and chatting, and they seem to be like a really pretty close conversation, talking some gas prize, and they were just talking back and forth while watching the wrestling going on in the ring below.
Look, Gervanis, a rabbit in people's clothes.
Oh, they look fluffy too. Vereen, should we go pet them too?
Maybe you should ask for permission before petting them this next time.
Okay, how about this? You ask, I pet.
Alright.
Sounds like a plan, girl.
Oh my god.
Excuse me, Mr. Rabbit. My friend would like to pet you.
What? Oh, uh, how tall is the lady?
6'1", 205 pounds, all half human, half dragon.
Looking up at this ginormous half-human, half-dragon person, what is your name? And sure, you can pet me.
Hey, so my name's Lady Travanis Emberheart. I'm from Ragefire Keep. It's in Australis. You probably never heard of it, and it's okay, because I'm not from here, so... But yeah, I definitely want to pet you. Travanis kind of like puts her like half like scaly, half human hand out towards this rabbit creature.
I remove any head coverings that I may have, and kind of expose the back of my head / neck area. I find this place to be particularly fluffy, so you might like this spot most.
Can I get a fluffy check, DM?
Yeah, roll a 1d20.
Okay, I gotta know because I need to know if it's more fluffy than the owl.
Oh,
Oh, you might have just been replaced.
Yo, do we
I
have
mean,
a fluff contested check?
What's the command again?
like
Sorry.
that's fine.
I'll roll it for you.
Alright, thank you.
Oh, I'm only a
A
12.
fluff check.
It's...
Wait, you made me a 12. Oh,
Oh, oops. Well, you're
Oh, it's
12
a
Gumball,
tie.
I
It's a
guess
tie,
now.
We're equally fluffy.
Yeah.
I just rolled for Gumball. I didn't roll for At yet, I guess.
Oh shit. Okay.
You are
Oh,
super fluffy.
dude.
that's not. You know,
Oh no, I'm sorry.
it's fine. He beats me.
He is fresh out of the Feywild. I mean,
He is spotless, groomed.
What is your name, little rabbit?
My name is Thatcher Cole,
Thatcher.
and it is a pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you too. We should be friends.
You know what? I have this Isaac fella, and he seems to be really nice. And you seem to be. I am making a ton of friends today. And can you tell me who your other friend is over here? This mysterious person.
Oh yes, this is my friend Vereen.
Fisher Hill.
Nice to meet you, Vereen.
It's nice to meet you too.
Do I notice the fox-looking creature?
Yep, he's sitting like right next to Thatcher, so I'd
I'm
assume
gonna,
so.
I'm gonna lean. I've heard all of this, so I'm gonna lean over to Thatcher. It's like, Thatcher, look, you see this sometimes. Some of the girls, they like the fluff. All right, just go with it, but keep an extra hand on your coin purse, okay?
Well, I don't have any coins, but okay.
Yeah, it's a start. Anyways, I'll be like, yes, very nice to meet you. My name's Isaac, and you've met my friend here, and we were just sitting down to watch some of the fights. Would you care to join us?
Of course.
I'm gonna have to pet you first.
Oh well, if you insist.
Fluff check.
Fluff check.
Fluff check.
I probably like wandered in.
Oh,
the
it's
middle of
pretty
this
savage,
conversation,
dude.
by
Okay,
the
let's
way.
go.
at body. No.
Okay, you're gonna wander into this, you said?
Yeah, and somewhere in the middle of this conversation.
Okay. So like wandering in behind, noticing your friends, and you see her petting a fox person, looking a little unimpressed.
That's Magic Marcus! Get him over here! He's a fantastic magician. He knows so many sparkly things.
Not Marcus.
I love that that's what he
It's
calls it.
Maximilian the Second. But thank
That's
you.
what I said.
At least someone here can appreciate talent unlike that. I don't even want to
Amazing.
talk about it with all those hack magicians that he hires.
Leaning over to the good scaly lady. Did you know that Magic Malachi over here, he did a sparkle trick and then did some cards and people were guessing him right? It was amazing. Absolutely, you should ask him. Maybe pet him, and he might do a card trick for you.
Oh, really? Okay, let's see. Hey, Max,
Why, hello there.
can I pet you?
Okay.
Fluff check.
Why is this?
Sorry.
We're gonna.
Does he
we're
get
gonna find out if
disadvantage
Magic
because he's
Mike
not of
is
like an
bald.
animal descent, or like is it just normal? Like
yeah,
what?
let me yeah,
I
let me
mean, I'm
disadvantage.
wearing like fancy
He's
magician
a human,
clothes.
right? That's not very fluffy.
I'll roll and everyone will take the lower.
It's a fluffy cape.
It's like almost average, like human. He's not like he has human skin. There's a little bit of hair. You feel
A
some of
little
his hair.
soft, but fluffy enough, I guess.
So, Thatcher, Isaac, are you guys by any chance related to the owl over there, Nighthawk Owl?
Oh no. We don't know him. Though I think he's been in town for a while.
Oh, sorry, I just assumed since you guys were all
Oh no.
of Feywild.
Oh no offense taken. That's a natural assumption. Not all Fey folk know each other. In fact, there is some pretty deep divisions among a few of them.
Oh, that's surprising to hear.
Yeah, enough about that though. Let's grab some drinks and some food and watch these matches, huh?
Ooh.
All right.
Drinks? Giovanna's hears over the conversation as she would like to partake.
Oh, would they have any ruskets?
One second. Let me double check my notes. These people didn't get theirs because they kind of wandered off a little too soon. And wandered
Okay.
away.
Oh, that's right. You must have missed the booth there where they traded in your whatever you came in for ruskets. I'll get the tab for now. You can trade me just a few silver apiece, or whatever the equivalent of what they would have would be.
What do I have?
We don't have any of their money.
You each had 15 gold on you.
Do we
had it,
like hit the
fragmented
currency
in a bit of,
exchange already and everything? Like,
So you guys forgot to, but you had like gold, silver, and stuff on you, but you didn't in like your rush to like get to the fair following Maximilian. But you can go back to do that. Worst case.
so we're just calling it like 15 gold pieces each. Is that what the starting?
Yeah,
rate
it's
is?
about you have.
Okay,
Yeah,
all
about
right,
that.
copy, got you. Well,
I
how
take
many?
about twice. I take about twice as much as as the rusket equivalent.
So is 100 silver 1 gold?
Yeah,
Can we like break it down in our character sheets and all that?
if you want to, yeah, however you want.
All right, sweet.
I mean, you're gonna be like converting it eventually, anyways, over to ruskets.
Oh fuck. Okay, got you.
But for now, you just still have it, and while he's like being willing to make a deal with you.
All right, I hand him. How many silver is that?
About how much? About how? What would the equivalent be for food and drinks for everybody?
So if you're buying food and drinks for everyone, probably the 5 of you, 100 ruskets, which is about like 10 silver.
All right, I hand him
10
12
silver total. Okay, so
Yeah,
that's
total.
for 5 people. So it'd be 2 apiece. So I take 4 silver apiece.
Got you.
Nice, I like it.
Okay.
Making moves, making moves. Yeah. So as you guys got your food, it'd be some of the typical meat I mentioned earlier. That was the meat that was ordered earlier by, not ordered, that was hunted earlier that week ended up actually being used from Isaac in his own escapades in the forest and being one of like the hunters who go out who live in Lindstrom and make his rounds. And the ale was like a watered down mix. It tasted almost like it could be strong, but it was weakened down enough to just taste like some flavored water pretty much at this point. As you guys got your drinks and your food. Was it anything that
I make sure to avoid any game that would resemble any of the species that are part of
currently in your
Yes.
party?
Yeah,
Yeah.
good point. So like what kind of like cuisine, quote unquote, are we like munching on right now?
So it'd
Give
be
like, a little
mainly a
description.
mixture of like, yeah. So, you know, kind of how like sausage is like ground up meat that are like meat put together and then like linked together and put that little
Yeah, in a
like thing.
cellulose casing, yes.
Yeah, and like a cellulose casing. I don't know the term. Thinking on another term, I guess. So similar to that, it's basically meat put in like a filmy casing, and it's a ground up mixture of like boar, deer, wolf, and it's mainly just those
Rabbit.
species.
Yeah, you better be
Not
careful
rabbit
what you
on this
say.
one. Not rabbit or fox on this one.
Better not be.
But
Oh, I do make sure to get a big turkey leg for myself and just
yeah, you
eat
got
it
yourself a giant turkey leg, I guess.
I eat it while looking at the owl.
Yo, let's go.
Oh my god.
Maximilian doesn't drink the alcohol, but like uses an illusion, a minor illusion, to make it look like he drank the alcohol.
Okay. Sure.
Is there a vegetarian option? If not, I will pass.
There wasn't anything vegetarian offered
Okay.
since there's
Oh,
just, like,
come on,
super
bro.
meaty meats.
Come on, bro.
It's a festival. They weren't ready for that in a medieval festival.
Oh my
There's no
goodness.
popcorn, man.
Could I?
No.
They probably have horses around. Could I grab a few carrots from the
I
horse
thought you were gonna
stall?
be like, "Can I grab like a few horses real quick? I'm a little hungry right now."
Eat a horse.
Yeah, you could if you like were looking around, like steal a few horses from like a horse, like a horse. That's a few carrots from a horse's feedback.
I imagine they're a little sad looking, but I'll give
Yeah.
them the thatch and be like, "Yeah, sorry, that's not what it is in the Feywild. Good news is, you don't have to worry about any of the food or drink, making you grow or shrink or forget who you are, that sort of thing, or being alive. All of it's dead."
Well, that sounds interesting. I'm not sure where the fun is, but so I can just I dig into my pocket and I pull out a little ball of yarn and some string, and I find a nice size string and I hand it over to you. Will you accept this as payment?
Yeah, sure thing, buddy.
Thank you. When I gladly take the horse carrots and
Nice.
any ale.
Yeah, you got your ale with your horse carrots, yeah. And I guess that extra meat would have just went to Isaac or someone
Sure.
else.
Yeah, anyone.
Whatever
Probably to
he
this
decided.
giant dragon lady. How big was she?
She's 6 something? How tall are you, Dan? I don't remember offhand.
6'1", 205. Pretty built, pretty savage, but not too thick.
I didn't mention
She's not
before, but
big.
Isaac is only like 5'2" or something. Like he's not he's medium, but he's like he's on the short side.
The short medium.
In
I
the
wear the same
owl,
I
way.
guess I should say it. Maximilian's
He's a-
like
Night
probably
Owl was
5'11",
like
6
6 something.
foot. I don't know. I didn't have like an exact idea, but he's like a
Midget
little
man.
above average height for humans.
Were you saying about Night Owl? You said he was 6 something? Yeah, he is too.
Yeah, he's a fucking unit, bro.
6 foot.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Isaac is small to me,
He is your prey.
but I was kidding. But
That's terrible, dude. That's terrible.
Okay.
That's why I said, "Oh shit, he flies."
yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah. Like, oh no,
Oh no, it's over.
dude.
The
Yeah,
last
keep
thing I
talking
need.
smack. See what happens.
Yeah, but Night Owl would just be watching the fight still, maybe glaring over at the people from earlier, seeing them talking to the people he was with there. Is he doing anything, or is he just kind of?
I think he would have taken berries out of his bag. Little,
Just sitting there snacking on
pouch
berries?
of berries. Yeah, he's
So-
he's berry munching, and then I think he'd be, yeah, just very stoutly observing.
Is he thinking back to that conversation earlier where he got brutally rejected?
Uh,
Are we
Yeah, I
over
don't think
that?
he'd see it. No, I don't think he'd see it as brutal rejection. He's pretty used to stuff like that. He was just surprised that she came up to him in the first place. So it was like,
A woman
I
talked to
guess
me.
just it's it's more like assessing like, oh, okay, so this isn't normal to her too, because uh
Yo, it's good.
I guess to him it'd be like someone with wings would be used to
Why?
flying, so
Yeah.
like
But
to
she
do that.
seemed like on edge. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like, oh, so it was like surprising, but kind of just assessing that
Okay.
that's not normal for that particular being.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, but
Yeah.
what would it take to join the wrestling?
Yo,
They're
dude.
just letting anyone join. I was wondering if you could want to. Nobody, anybody join who wants to join. It's basically just
Yeah,
anything but a
yeah.
weapon. Anything but a weapon.
Hey, we should nominate someone to join the wrestling.
Uh, uh,
Rob, we
yes,
gotta freaking wrestle after.
you can do that. Yeah.
What's that, Matt?
I'll
What's
watch.
that, Maximilian? You said you wanted to go in?
No.
Is Magic Marco gonna wrestle? This is
No.
great.
I have to give others a chance to sparkle and so sometimes. Yes.
Don't worry, I'm just kidding.
Yes. I knew that. Obviously. Yes.
Should we nominate him?
Is-
Is there
Is
any
there any
challenger
prize?
in there right now?
Should we nominate him?
Right now you would have seen the same person from earlier, Turk, who I described who's like a hulking orc. He's covered in scars. His muscles have a bit of blood on him from the day of wrestling, and he's just kind of his muscles are just pulsing, and he's flexing his pecs as he waits for like the
God.
next person to go
God.
into the arena.
Oh.
God.
That's
Um,
pretty
is
scary.
He's like
Is there a
Zangief from
prize?
Street Fighter. He's green Zangief from Street Fighter, and yeah, there's a prize. They haven't announced what,
Prize.
but there's a prize.
Oh.
Oh, God.
All right, I'm gonna swoop down.
Get swooped down in the
Yo,
air.
you
God.
swoop in. Let's go.
You
Okay.
guys nominated me. I would flip the fuck out. Please no.
That would have been a murder.
I'm gonna land there. About like 5-6 feet away from. No, like 8. And I'll just be like, have you ever hurt an innocent person?
Excuse me?
Have you ever hurt an innocent person?
If you call a fool innocent, I mean, yeah, but
A what innocent?
a fool.
A fool.
When he said like he kind of like flex his pecs obnoxiously.
I'm like, that'll do, and I'm gonna burst into rage. And then
Yo, let's
go,
dude. Let's
Oh
go.
my goodness.
So do you want to hear how this game works for your grappling game?
Yeah, how does this
So
work?
the way this works, 2 people face off.
Yeah.
No magic is allowed.
Oh,
To
yeah.
win, you must succeed on 3 contested strength rolls in a row. 1 the grapple, 1 the lift, 1 the toss.
Do it.
Mm.
So he has a strength of. Let me. It's
Oh,
like
no.
it's like a
27.
19. He's pretty built.
We have the same
He
bonus.
has a 19.
Mm-hmm.
The same bonus.
So-
Oh my god.
You guys are fucking built. You're 2 built macho men here to fight. As this giant bird person swoops in, and the crowd was kind of getting dejected and bored watching person after person get thrown out of the ring and tossed. You hear like a sudden like scream of surprise, and people a bit shocked and in fear. As you see Night Owl burst into the ring from above. And one of the announcers screams, "And we have another one! Maybe finally, after 5 straight years, someone will take Turk out of his place."
5 years.
5
Jeez.
years, dude.
5
Yeah.
straight years, adventure after adventure, crumpled at the hands of this old nasty orc.
Deep.
And the announcer would look between the 2 of you and watch as you start to like. So you said you bursted after him, right? Run straight for it.
Oh yeah.
He's like, you said, okay, it's starting, and like there'd be a cheer of the crowd.
Hmm.
So you'd have advantage on your first one since you kind of just swooped in out of nowhere and caught him off guard, and he's a little taken aback by a giant bird
Oh yeah.
coming
Swooped
after
is the
him.
word of the day. Confirmed.
Yeah, swoop.
I'll be
Swoop.
Swooped on in there.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you gonna send me the threat checks or
I think I just sent it to you. Or did I? Let me
Every
do
day
this.
I'm swooping.
Let me do this. You should have it now.
Boom. Okay, I'm glad I got
Yeah,
advantage.
18. Okay. Let's see what he rolls.
Wait, I should have a +6 to that, not a
Oh wait, why is it? Is it a +4?
+4. Yeah.
Let me see, cause it's a
Bro, a
strength.
+6? Yo, dude, a savage.
Yeah.
My
Well, no,
heavy stat
that
is like a
+6 is your
+3.
saving throw. That's your saving throw.
No, like an athletics check. Is it?
Oh,
It's not
it is.
it
I
didn't
was
do an
just.
Yeah.
athletic
It,
check. It did a
it
straight
just
strength
says
check.
that that there's strength checks. Yes.
That's fine.
I'm sorry.
Whatever. That's fine.
It's okay. It's okay.
All right.
You have an
Well.
18.
+6,
Okay.
dude.
Let's see what if he can react as you're barreling at him. But his will be a 1d20 +4.
If he gets a nat 20, I'd be so sad. Oh. All right.
So as you fly into him, throwing yourself out of your hulking mass of avian feathers, he was a little overconfident and he was a little like, oh, it's a bird. And as you flew into him, you grab him with your like talon hands
Mhm.
without much of an issue. You feel him like immediately struggling out of shock. It's not struggling at first, kind of shocked before his large muscular form starts to kind of writhe and move almost like a bull bucking and like kicking and like trying to get out from under your arms.
Nice.
I don't know if you
Uh.
say anything to him or talk any smack before you try to pick him up. um,
Uh. um. Nah, nothing that I say, but from what you guys see. Oh, by the way, like when I say go into a rage, like I actually am activating a rage. Just so
oh,
you
you're
know.
actually activating okay, you're going ape
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
Okay, you're
when
going ape
yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So it's more like a Do owls caw?
They do
You
not.
said it's like a loud
hoot.
screech or
They hoot.
something. Like maybe you screeched
Uh,
or
yeah,
you
I'm gonna go with a low growl.
They hoot. They hoot.
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 Oh,
Hoot hoot.
there we
I
go.
can
There
confirm
we
you
go.
worked at an animal shelter before.
It would be like hoot, like that,
Yeah,
like a
that's
man
real.
hoot. Hoot. And then
Hoot hoot hoot.
so my next play is I'm gonna attempt to lift him up. So like,
Yeah.
so once I get the the leverage, I'm gonna go leg like hand like right hamstring, dig into his right hamstring and pick him up by his armpit.
God.
And
Okay.
like I'm gonna try to like lift up like that. Also I do get advantage, but it's cool.
Oh, do you? Oh shit, my bad.
Yeah,
I didn't do
yeah,
that.
because
That's
I'm
my
in a
bad.
rage, but it's
That's
cool.
my
I get
bad.
one.
No, we can reroll that, yeah. I can
Time to
reroll that, Rob.
rage.
That was me. Bum ba bum. Sorry, it's been a while since I rolled on here. Bum ba bum
Yeah,
bum bum. Did
trying
it
to.
there go.
I don't
Oh
know
no,
what
it's
prize
not.
this is, but it's gonna be lit.
I think it's sun. Hello.
It's like something a bird can't use, like a backpack or something.
Hey, there's this fresh new vegetarian bunny
Yes.
food.
I.
Okay.
Bro. Oh no, dude.
I should have just taken the 13, man. I mean, the 13's fine.
You wanted that? It's okay.
Oh! Oh!
So
Okay. Alright.
do you want your contested roll or do you want your original roll?
Can I have my original?
Is everyone okay if I'm having his original roll?
Whatever.
Bro,
Yeah, I
Yes,
just want to make
it's
sure
whatever.
your
the party okay
discretion,
with it.
honestly.
I know. I just want to make sure
Yeah.
the party feels okay with it. That's it.
That's
We'll
what
keep
you
it.
feel with. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Oh.
pretty caught off guard. It's like you could tell as you're fighting him and lifting him, Gumball, that
Mhm.
He's definitely like strong and really strong, but there's no like proper form to the way he's fighting. It was more like a grown adult grabbing toddlers and chucking them out of a fucking mic room. Is what would have been like fighting hours for him. He wasn't really like another proper fighter to come out like always. He's definitely older. He has like gray and white hair. He's really rugged, but like you're not holding back.
Yeah,
Obviously.
I have no it is either 100 or 0.
So as you're
So
lifting him, are you lifting him off the ground? Or are you just lifting him in place? Like, are you trying to like, flap your wings and take him up into the air as he's struggling, or
oh,
how hard are you going?
I he
Because you're
hasn't
raging.
he hasn't true. Yeah, I would flap my wings to get him off the ground a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
crowd starts to like let out shocked like yelps and like fearful like screams and Thatcher. Stuff like
Yeah.
Isaac might not be as surprised with like the tales he's heard of the Night Owl, and he might
Yeah.
be a bit like oh god, and like maybe a little worried for me.
Yeah, so my talons are kind of in like probably the worst places you'd want to be hit, like your like the hamstring and like an armpit, and they're just like gripped
uh,
in there. Yeah, it's drawing blood for sure. For
yeah, the
sure.
announcers are like cringing, screaming, talking about yelling out the play-by-play. This is fucking medieval WWE. And the giant owl's got him by the leg. He's got him by the pit. He's lifting him off the ground. I don't know what's gonna happen next.
All right, so my next plan, that made us a family again. My next plan is I'm gonna try to take him and like heave him kind of like a shot put, but aim toward the ground. So like take him sort of towards my like lower right hip, and then like fly and spin around to like slam him on the ground. That's my plan.
So you trying to throw him out of the ring or back down into the ring?
I'm trying to throw him back into the green ring, but like into the
Okay.
ground.
Okay.
Like I'm trying to like create a hole. Okay, please, please,
Yeah, this guy
two
might.
ones. No,
This guy might be kind of fucking fucked up. You still have advantage because you're raging.
please, 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 please,
Okay.
please. Okay, we take that. We take
Okay.
that. We take that. We take that. We take that. We take that.
Let's see if he manages to like wiggle his way out as you're fucking digging into his flesh.
Oh, dude,
You did
no,
it.
So
no.
as you were getting ready to like throw him down and like you're a little bit of a showboaty like rushing up and flying up high into the air, you feel his like hands grip down into like your lower legs and digging his nails in, almost like his really sharp, jagged nails into like your legs. And he's holding on for dear life, refusing to let go as you tried to drop him.
Dang.
And there's more like surprise and scared yells and shocks as he's bleeding. There's like drops of blood just going down. Definitely, you'd have like a little bit of like blood drawn as his like nails are digged in past like your feathers a bit, and it
Dang.
kind of clawed in.
I need 3 in a row, right?
You just hit three in a row. Like it's yeah, but you
So
still
I
have
need.
him in the air currently because he wasn't gonna drop himself.
Okay.
Is
So it'd
Dravanis
still be
spectating right
considered
now?
a second. Yeah, you're all watching this, yeah.
Don't ruin the fluff! Not the fluff!
I can't.
Dravanis is in
Okay.
your corner rooting for you.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, 3
You
more
try
then. Yeah.
again.
Yeah, of course.
So since he's still in the air, you could choose like to try to go for the one, or you could try to like drop him, get him back to the ground, re-grab him, re-pick him up, and re-throw him. But if you want, given the situation, the fact that you know you're in the air, and not many people can take someone up into the air for this event,
Mhm.
and he's struggling, he'd still probably be considered by the judges to be lifted since he's off of his feet right now.
Oh. I got a
So
loophole because I'm a bird.
yeah, you
Let's
got a
go,
weird bird loophole.
bird. Bird hole. All right, one more.
Yeah,
One more chuck.
advantage. Fine.
One more chuck.
I feel bad watching this fucking little guy get fucking murdered. Sorry, Zangief.
All right, Zangief, come on.
Just,
Go
as
out like
somebody
a.
said, he has a family, dude.
Ooh,
Oh man,
15.
that's a
Yeah.
solid
this is
wish.
not the best.
I will say if this fails again, Gumball, you're gonna take him back down towards the ground
Okay.
and like lose like being able to like stay up with him struggling and like digging him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's not right. Oops, that's
Steve,
not right.
wait. You rolled 1d240.
Yeah, that wasn't right.
It's like what?
It's actually kind of sad you only got that much.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh,
Let's go.
Yeah, so from the blood loss and like the shock and the fear being that, so it turns out this guy's afraid of heights.
Oh.
And as you were lifting him up into the air, this strong like ogre instead to like scream and like let me down. It's like he's bleeding and kind of going like his own mini bit of like a fit of like not like a rage, but like a baby rage. But like a grown man doing it, he's screaming and begging. As are you going for the same showboaty move again? He's gonna like drop, throw him to the ground.
Oh.
You
No, yeah,
got
I'm
him.
gonna. I'm. I think, yeah. I think I think I'm gonna do a slightly different move. I'm gonna take my position, grab the tops of his shoulders, put my feet on his shoulders, and then stretch my hands out and then push him towards the ground. Grabbing onto his wrist, so it's kind of like I'm slingshotting. Not slingshotting. It's like kind of like I'm shooting him with my legs towards the ground, like a
Oh,
yeah,
you're doing like an inverted Romeo special.
yeah. It's lit.
Jesus.
It's like I'm trying to rip his arms off, but then at the last moment I shoot him towards the ground, and then he's
And you
just
let
like,
go. Yeah.
yeah. That's the plan.
Yeah, he gets sent down to the ground, a giant explosion of dust and dirt, and the crowd kind of goes wild screaming. And the announcer, like, prepares to say, "Oh my God, we finally have it after 5 long years. 5 boatloads of people. We finally have it. Someone able to take Turk out of commission."
Let's
And
go.
the crowd seems a bit more mixed. There's some like loud shouting, but some people also just kind of staring in shock at the man like in a little mini pit on the ground in the middle of like the wrestling.
Got him.
Is he dead, by the way? Is he still alive?
I don't think he's dead.
He's he's alive.
right?
He's
Okay.
alive. He's
If I wanted
unconscious,
to kill him, I would
but
kill him.
he's unconscious, but he's alive.
Did I
Yeah.
have like a
that's good.
doctor station around for him?
You
I
guys would
can.
notice this happen. Kind of, there's like a small little group of dwarfs would slowly like waddle in with like a wooden stretcher, and like 6 grown dwarven men would hoist this guy up under their shoulders, like struggling a bit and wobbling, before throwing him on top of it and like wandering off like behind the tents with him.
Isaac will say, "Well, I'm glad I didn't bet on him this year. That's a little short on Ruskins."
I do not want to get on that guy's bad side.
is he gonna be okay?
I don't think so. Yes. No, I don't think so.
It's like I was telling my friend Thatcher here, that settles it, I think, in my mind. That bird is the same one. Same night owl I've heard about in the Feywild. Got up to some nasty business during the Owl Wars.
Foul Wars.
Yeah, I don't know much about it myself, but war between 2 clans of owls.
Dark times.
And,
Dark times.
Actually, what all would I know about this, DM?
So, being a denizen of the Feywild, Isaac's a decent bit. The Owl Wars were pretty widespread and tactical because widespread, like that deep of conflict, wasn't the most common thing. There was spouts and there's like issues, but an entire race of the Feywild being that much at its own throat between itself and like fighting wasn't the common thing. So it's like very talked about and very like spread by word of mouth as like a hey, let's not repeat what those owls.
Yeah, I heard he plucked the feathers of his victims and wore them on his own coat.
that why it's so fluffy?
Fluffy?
Horribly, macabrely fluffy. Yes.
It was
Oh, that's
Wait, no, hang on. His enemies were white owls, so I mean, I don't know. Maybe he painted them black. Yeah, let's go with that.
Oh. Oh.
I mean, you see what he
Okay.
did there. That was merciless.
That was
That man had a
yes,
family.
yes.
He
Don't get me wrong, he was a bit of an ass, but he didn't deserve it.
This is like the best carnival ever.
This car. No. Have you seen just the hacks
so
of
good. It's so good.
No, the magician. They're such poor quality. Like they can't even force. This can't go into details, but
Max,
see that magician over there. He just no. He can't even do the basics.
Hey, Magic Maximus II. Why don't you prove everyone you're like a master magician and go in that ring over there against the owl, perform some magic.
No. This is crude and
Don't listen to them, Maurice. You stay right here with me, and you can show me some of your magic and leave the fighting to the ruffians.
Oh, okay. Would you like to see another trick?
I would. Please.
Oh, okay. Can you pick a number between 1 and 10?
Done.
Multiply it by 9.
Done.
Add the digits together.
The 2 digits, like my
Yeah.
original number, and 9?
Yeah, like no. So like if you had 2, for example, then you'd get 18,
Mhm.
and then you'd add the 1 and the 8 together.
Okay. Done.
Subtract 5.
Done.
So next, I want you. This is like a real world, not in D&D world. For this next thing, pick a country that begins with the letter in the same position of the alphabet. So if your answer was 1, it would start with A. 2 would start with B.
Oh. Okay.
Then next, think of an animal with the letter E.
The letter E?
Yo, this is getting
Yes, it starts with the
complex,
letter
dude.
E.
What is going on?
This gets so complex, dude.
It's difficult. It's quite difficult magic, really. Okay.
Yeah, I've got it.
Pick the animal's color. The animal's color.
Does it have to be the real color?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Did you pick gray elephants from Denmark?
No.
Really?
I wrote it down. I wrote brown elks from Denmark.
Oh, close.
Damn.
I did get the country right. Oh my goodness! I'm
Oh,
like
did it?
I love
swinging
Max.
and missing.
You
I'm
did
swinging and a
brown.
miss
You-
tonight, dude.
Yo, Max
You,
just
my-
epic fails.
Oh my fuck!
Magical Maurice, you are amazing. That was epically fun. Thank you.
Oh my god! I'm just like, these people just can't think straight, and like.
I understand. It is a strange, weird place. Who knows? These are weird people in a weird place.
Yes. These people. They just can't. Okay.
Let's get your mind off of it. Magnus, let's go wander around and see what else is going on here.
Okay. Dude, I cannot get a freaking magic trick tonight with
Oh.
You
shit.
got 1 out of 3, bro. It's okay.
I'm gonna do a quick little 5-minute bathroom break because I need to use the restroom.
Oh, bathroom break.
or
Let's
water
go.
break.
Everybody go.
So everyone
Fill
can
my
everyone can get their bathroom, pee, tea, whatever.
Oh my god.
And when we're back, we're gonna see what Night Owl gets as his reward.
Oh.
And see what out, you guys also able to go around and look at some of the other things going on in other thieves and other things. Like there's the archery contest, there's an eating contest that still doesn't happen. There's a fortune telling booth, there's a big dancing thing that's gonna happen. Or you can leave if you want. There's options. You don't
It's
have to
lit.
stay at the festival. But I'm interested to see if the party this session will even befriend Night Owl at the start.
I'm quite scared of him at the moment.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Hopefully,
My apologies. I did not set out this session to be like that motherfucker. Nah, not
Yeah.
now. But it's kind of like
It
I don't
kind
think
of went
Gumball
that way.
minds at all.
It's
Gumball
fine.
doesn't mind at all, I'm pretty sure.
That was like, yeah, that was kind of where I figured it would start. Because I'm like, I'm sitting here and I'm like, yeah, I mean, it would just make
Oh my
sense.
goodness.
Like, I made the character not knowing what your guys' characters would be like, and then upon finding out, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be crazy. It's gonna-
The fluff factor is too strong.
Dude, I cannot. Like, oh my god, dude. I got the country right.
You did. I mean, I kind of must have. The brown elk's interesting to me because maybe he thought of the name Moose or something.
I was honestly, elephant was the original animal, and I was like, I'm gonna pick something other than elephant.
Oh my goodness.
He baited you. He did the mix out.
Did the
Come use the
mix-up.
restroom. Beard me.
Yo,
Yeah,
Moose,
I thought you were
said
gonna
your
pick
kid.
elephant.
You said you had a kid, right?
I have 4 actually.
Oh shit. Okay.
I know.
Yo, how many boys? How many girls?
I've got the oldest is 15. He's a boy, and then I've got 3 little girls.
Okay.
Okay, got you. And now, how old are you?
I am a 43-year-old man.
Yo, let's go. You're the most pog 43-year-old man I ever known. Hell yeah, dude.
I just want to say I love all of your characters so far.
They're beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I just would like to get a magic trick right. Like I'd keep being off like very slightly. I was like off one card earlier.
It's fantastic.
It's okay. You're only level 1.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I got the other ones right. You know, I got your number right, and I got the what name you're gonna say right. You know, and
Yeah.
then,
I did a giant math problem, came up with 1, and you answered that, and then
yeah,
the other one, I'm assuming you got the 4.
yeah. It's like another math problem. I could tell you how some of them work if you really want, but even though I'm doing a pretty shit job at them.
Well, you got to give yourself some credit. The card game over the internet through screen shares. I mean, that's
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, dude, it's very hard. Like, literally, the first trick, your card was literally the next one after the card that, like, I pulled, and that was just so unlucky.
Yeah, it was close. Man, you just had to mix it up on me. You couldn't have just said like elephant like everybody else.
I should have just said gray elephant.
No, you're fine. You're fine. It's fine.
Yo, Moose, did you get your like bonus rewards from the season ending in MTGA?
Maybe I think so. Yeah, I just logged in. What was it? A couple days ago, and started fighting some stuff and was losing. Yes, I did actually because it started over with my little orbs or whatever. So
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to like grind up. I got to Plat too, but this season I'm going for Mythic. So we'll see how I do.
I will. I don't think I'll ever get there. I
Nah,
get so
you can.
frustrated.
You can. You're the best, bro.
I'm the best around.
Number 1. Oh, Gumball's like racist now was real. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs.
Yo, Moose.
Ah.
What do you like to drink when you do drink?
I am a dark beer person.
So like stouts and porters?
Yeah, there's one called Dragon's Milk, and I enjoy that one. But yeah, chocolate milk stouts. There's a brewery here in I'm in St. Louis. There's a brewery in St.
damn,
Louis
cool.
called Four Hands, and they have a fantastic chocolate milk stout.
Yo, I'm from Missouri too.
I'll have to
Oh.
try it.
We'll talk later.
Yeah. Let's see. I like whiskey. I am not a big whiskey connoisseur. Like you don't like I can't tell the difference between like a $300 bottle and like a $50 bottle, but I can tell the difference between like a squishy bottle and a normal bottle.
Most people can't. Most people can't tell the difference between those two, honestly.
Right.
I'm back with whiskey.
Yeah, I enjoy whiskey.
Okay.
Let me think. Other drinks that my wife drinks a lot of what are they? Trulies.
Yeah, so
and-
it was mine, dude. Yeah, it was good.
and she's got me hooked on the punch Trulies. The other ones just taste like seltzer water and they don't whatever. But those punch ones, those are tasty. They taste like a lot of sugar water.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yo, Cassette, what about you, bro? What do you like to drink when you drink?
When I drink alcohol, usually just like a straight whiskey or scotch.
Dude,
I'll
like,
mix
if
it
I
up
gave you a
sometimes.
bottle of JMO, would you just take shots straight?
Jameson? I'd mix Jameson.
Okay, thank God. Holy
Like-
shit, dude, I was gonna cry.
Yeah, my floor for drinking straight is probably like Bullet or what's the other one that I get around here sometimes? Right now I've got Russell Reserve 6-year.
All right, so let me
Roy
ask you a
whiskey.
question. Do you know who
Yeah.
Conor McGregor is?
Conor McGregor. Is that fighter?
Yeah, he's an Irish fighter, and he has his own whiskey brand. It's called Proper 12.
Okay.
Have you had it before?
I have not had it before. It's an aged Irish whiskey?
No, it's a dog shit Irish whiskey, in my personal opinion.
Well, it's like the 12. What is it? Is it a blend?
No, it's literally like an Irish whiskey. I personally hate it, dude. But I was just wondering because you said you like whiskey a lot, so I was curious if you had it before.
Oh no, I drink Kentucky whiskey for the most
Okay,
part.
thank God, dude.
Yeah, if I'm hearing anything from the UK or Ireland, it's gonna be like probably Scotch, like a Speyside, or there's some good Highland Scotches too.
So, do you ever like mix your whiskeys?
With mixers, yeah, sure.
What's like your go-to?
If I'm gonna be mixing,
Yeah, if let's say you walk into a bar, like in real life, not in D&D, like a DM scenario. Oh my God! But like, let's say you walk into a bar, right, and you're just with a bunch of buddies, and it's time to start off the night. Like, what do you get for your first drink?
probably have like a good litmus test I find is a dark and stormy, which
Okay,
is
okay.
yeah, just some rum and like a dark cola.
Yes,
Because
sir.
if they know how to pour it right, it'll come out with like not much head on it. But it's
Yeah.
hard. It's actually relatively hard to do to pour it correctly.
You gotta like hardcore watch the bartender.
Or a gin and tonic. Like if they fuck up your gin and tonic, then like don't
All right,
order
so you're a gin drinker.
a bottle
Okay.
of beer. Yeah, I'll drink gin.
I only
too.
have one friend in like real life that like is a big gin and juice guy, and like he whenever the bartender starts making his drink, he definitely like dictates how the drink gets made.
Gins are kind of hit and miss because a lot of them are in the English style of like fucking 20 different ingredients. But there's some really good stuff out of Michigan. Death's Door Gin has like 3 ingredients in it. It's got the juniper berries, the coriander. No, not the coriander. Flaxseed. It's got I don't remember it at the moment, but it's real nice, clean, tastes good.
Okay. Yo, Horace.
Ooh.
Oh, I guess Horace went AFK. So
Burr,
Horace
burr.
is actually living in Japan right now, so I was gonna ask him about some sakis.
I'm back.
Socks.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Sakis are their own thing. I know next to nothing about them.
If he was here,
But
I would
I-
interrogate him about his drink choices too, but he's not here.
They actually make really good whiskey over there, though.
He just
Um,
got back, so you can
where?
interrogate him quickly.
Yo,
in
Horace,
Japan,
what's
they
your
make
favorite sake, bro?
I don't know, actually.
If I
I've
ever
only
go to
tried, like,
Japan, we gotta
some.
go drinking. That's
There's
all I'm
like
saying.
one thing that's like interesting, which is like the hot alcohol. It's like Atsukan. That's what it's called.
Oh, okay, okay.
And they take like a thing. There's like a lot of Nihonshu that's like interesting, which is like traditional Japanese
Ooh. Yeah, I've had it before.
sake.
Yeah, chat. Like, if you guys are watching this and you made it this far for some reason, I don't know. Like, put in the comments your favorite drink, mixed drink, and let me know so I can try it.
One thing that's like really common here in Japan that's like super cheap is it's called like a highball, and it's like a mix of whiskey and soda.
Mhm.
And it's like really common, like pub drink.
I'm pretty sure that's what a highball is. You just take any whiskey and put it with some soda. Usually it's
Yeah,
like a
but it's like
cheaper thing,
super
no?
common here. Yeah, it's like really cheap, so it's like a super common.
I've always wanted to like go to
Super
Japan and
common
just
thing
walk
here.
around until I found like a ramen cart, like in the animes, dude.
There's a lot of places for like that. Carts are harder to find, but there's like some places I
Didn't you
haven't like
say
seen
that they're
too
more
many.
relevant like during the summertime though,
Um,
or during like not Chinese New Year, but during like February?
it depends. Different types of like things are seasonal. So like right now you'd probably see a bit more Odin carts, which is like another like hot food thing, but they're still pretty rare. I think you'd have to like know where to look because I haven't like found a ton just like normally going places. But
Oh, are those the buckwheat noodles, the big ones?
that's udon, but that's
Oh,
really delicious as well. Odin's like a mixed assortment of different like hot foods that you can like kind of pick and choose like which ones you want, and they'll have like a big fryer of a bunch of different things with like I'll post in general. A big fryer like this of like a bunch of different things, and you like say kind of which ones you want, and then it's like all in like boiled water and stuff, keeping it hot, and then you like mix and match like what you want from it. It's like
nice.
this type of thing.
That looks
You can also
so
get it at
fucking good,
convenience.
dude. I would eat everything on that picture.
You can get it in like convenience stores and stuff too. It's like pretty easy. I don't get it as often myself.
Hey, Trev,
but-
are we doing like a ready check right now?
We can do one, yeah. Is
Ready
everyone
check,
here?
ba-bomb!
I'm here.
Okay. Dan's ready, I assume.
I'm
Horace
here.
is here. Moose is
Yeah,
here. Cassette,
I'm
you
still
here?
crying
I'm
inside
here.
I love
Yeah.
Warcraft
because
so
I
much,
can't do
sorry.
magic tricks to shit today.
Is Gumball here?
Yeah, Gumball says here.
Oh, I didn't hear him.
So, Mr. Night Owl
Yeah, what's up?
would be getting stared at by everyone. Is he still just kind of standing triumphant in the ring after throwing the guy to the ground? Did he go back to his little roast?
I mean, they said there was a prize, so he'd be kind of
Yeah, standing there
waiting on
waiting.
that, but he would definitely
Okay.
do a good feather ruffle, get the dust out.
Okay. So as he's doing that, he sees two satyrs approach him, and in their hands they're holding a giant piece of paper, and they'd hold it out to you, and on it it just says redeemable for 500 ruskets,
Oh,
and
nice.
that's their big prize. For rusket price references, I have it somewhere just for like a thing like show like it's kind of not a lot, but it is a lot. The average weapon shot price for a basic weapon was around 125 ruskets, so it's a good little bit. The little survival packs, hopefully the boys can get back and get to and give about 250 starting, which I forgot to mention for like, so for you three who already were like you two who already were here, Isaac, you'd probably at least have like 200 or so ruskets already on hand around, give or take.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you can redeem it for 500 ruskets, like at like one of like the like stands by talking to them.
Nice.
But yeah, like they kind of give it to you like a giant fucking paper check, and they kind of just start like clapping for you, like some of the people in the crowd awkwardly
Nice.
just clapping.
Cool. I'm gonna walk. You said one of the tents, right?
Yeah, just one of the tents. Like pretty much any of them can redeem you out with like that kind of thing.
I'll go to the 6th tent then, so it's more
Giant
tenty.
big tent. Go.
Yeah. I mean, I could go to 2. I don't know what's in there. But 6 is right there.
I'm gonna go to 6. Like 2.
Yeah. I'll go to 6, and I'll walk past Fox Guy.
Ooh.
I'll
I'll walk
past
back
Fox Guy.
as you walk closer.
Say anything as you guys pass by each other? Is it just like quiet little like stare down?
When I look over at hold on, what's his name? Isaac. Yeah.
Isaac,
I don't
yeah.
know. Yeah. I look over at Isaac as I'm walking past, and I just say, hold on, get my voice to it. You know not of what you speak, and I keep walking.
Yeah, nice match, bird boy. Hopefully he walks again.
You said bird what?
Bird boy, oh no.
Bird boy.
Stop back towards him? Are you gonna take that?
Yeah, I mean,
You know what, Isaac? You've been so helpful with me. I think I'm gonna help you. And I kind of put my arm around his back or whatever, and just kind of try to push him a little bit closer to, um,
Night
our,
owl.
not Night Owl, away
Oh.
from Night Owl.
Oh, wait from Night Owl. I was like, oh no.
No, no, no. No, I'm
I'm gonna
trying
help
to.
you meet Jesus.
No, I'm gonna help him not meet Jesus today.
I walk another step further back.
Yeah.
Like Thatcher, look, listen, I look, like in the Feywild, it's the same here. That was called a bluff. Okay.
Oh, I know bluffs.
Magic Melvin, please, would you mind helping and assisting a little bit here?
No, Mr. Owl. Would you like to see a trick?
Mr. Owl, Magic Melvin here has got the greatest trick for you. I don't want to be rude or anything, but what is your name, good sir?
They call me Night Owl.
Well, Mr. Night Owl, Magic Melvin over here would love to show you a trick or two if you if you wouldn't mind. I mean, they are
Yeah.
fantastic. I love them. They
Love
are fantastic.
Yeah.
Is your
he's
trick?
he's so wonderful. He's got wonderful magic.
Is your trick dangerous?
No,
Then
I-
yes.
I just can read your mind a little bit. Yeah. Okay. So
Walks to the side.
I like step back a little bit as he walks closer to me, just a little bit, like a half step. So
This is
I
kinda
need
like,
you
this is
to
slow.
I need you to think of a shape that's like a square but not a square.
Triangle.
Okay. Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Oh.
Secret. Then I want you to put that shape in another shape. So I want you to surround that shape with another shape. Okay.
Okay.
So I have here a let me write down what I predict. Is and then in the air I'm going to press the digitation some little fireworks. And I'm going to show a triangle surrounded by a circle.
Oh. You got it. How did you do this?
I can read minds and mystify magic and yes.
See, I told you he's amazing.
That is amazing.
Yeah, yes, it is. But yes.
That's why they call him magical, mystical, amazing Monroe.
It's magical
Monroe.
Mr. Maximilian the second. But yes.
They call you things too.
Yes, they call me magical Mr. Maximilian the second. Yes.
So you didn't choose your name either.
I kind of chose my name, but
Oh.
kind of not. I took my name after my teacher, but yes.
Why are you shaking?
Nothing.
He might
I'm
be
perfectly fine.
He's fresh off the boat, Isaac says.
Yes,
Fresh off the boat.
new things here. Very, yes. Little uneasy.
Did you get to show anyone else these tricks?
I showed the circus manager, but he has no eyes for real talent. He just can't understand the greatness. And as I say greatness, I'm just gonna throw my hands out, just more prestidigitation, like sparkles everywhere. The greatness of my magic.
Then he is a fool. Denser than a brick.
Yes,
Blinder than a bat.
Yes. That is correct.
You must be seen.
He just can't appreciate. Maybe I think he's perhaps jealous of my talent, and especially if you look at the shoddy other magicians here. None of them can do real magic.
None of them. Look at this triangle in a circle. This is exactly what I was envisioning. And I
Yes,
look
yes.
at Isaac, and I'm like, Isaac, you seem to know people. How can we get him seen?
I think I've got an idea. Mr. Magic the Second, do you have any all these mind games, card tricks, and all that's good? Do you have anything flashier?
Of course. Of
Birdman.
course.
You think you're up to doing some more flying after your match?
I can fly anywhere,
All right.
all the time.
DM,
Yeah.
is this this little to the north west of us here? Is that stage occupied?
Well, no, it's not right now.
All right, I'm going to. Oh, there we go. Good. Like both of y'all come over here. I got a plan.
I think I can help as well.
Yeah, everybody, huddle up.
Huddle up.
Yes.
All right, so Isaac will. I'm not going to do all of this in first person because it's a little complicated.
Yeah.
But Isaac will explain that his plan is to have Magic Mike here start to do some of his illusionary magic to make magical like floating rings in the air and explosions and whatnot, and we'll have Birdman, Night Owl fly through them, and what else we got? Rabbit, you got anything on you?
Yes. I pull out my artisan tools and I start tinkering around with something, and I make a static visual effect, including up to 25 words of text that can float right above his head. It's kind of like almost, I don't know how you would want to think of it, but almost like one of those holographic like signs coming out of a little ball that's placed on the front of the stage, and it says, "Introducing Magical Monroe the Great."
Nice.
I don't want to display it to anybody until right before. I've got the perfect thing for this.
All right. What about you, Dragon? You gonna go with that bow? I would ask. I forgot your name.
Yeah.
The lady.
Milady.
Yes.
Milady Dragon. All right.
Yes, I will.
All right. So I figure we can grab some rags around here, some oil. We'll get some flaming arrows going. to the effect?
I
Yeah.
can. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I can cast a spell to light up his hat to make him show up more.
Fantastic.
Okay.
All right, let's see if I get to work. Get everything
So-
prepared, and I will. Isaac will start to gather the crowd around. He'll be going around, making sure that
The big
the
guy
head
in
man
charge. Yeah.
isn't around. Like, come on,
Give him
come
the-
to see the amazing, magical Mr. Mike the Second. I'll be changing his name every time.
So I have an idea for a finale,
Oh,
and
Oh.
it may involve Night Owl getting like shot with flaming arrows,
Hmm.
but I'm going to conjure those arrows with silent image after we use real arrows earlier on.
ooh.
Mhm.
And-
Can silent image move?
Yes, it can actually.
Oh,
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's just
Yeah.
can't make noise.
It cannot make noise, but I can make noise with prestidigitation.
Oh.
I can also make noise if you need noise.
anyways,
I
yeah. Isaac will be
So
going around gathering
either
people.
that, or we could do like swords, do the typical like sword stabbing
Mhm.
through him in like a box or whatnot. But
You telling me that this is gonna happen, or are you just gonna
I mean, I'm
let
just,
it
just
happen?
proposing this out of character real quick before we tell you that it's gonna happen. But we could do something like that.
Birdman angrily bursts out, not being told anything. And goes
no, no.
Yeah, he would probably kill you pretty quickly.
I mean,
As fast as he could.
I would tell you first.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know.
Just letting you know, in that specific case. All right,
Yeah.
cool. Well, what do you need me to do out of character?
For
actually,
this part, or
yeah,
for the fly stuff.
what all roles would we need for this, if any?
So I was thinking we'd first have like some flying through hoops and stuff like that to introduce the recent champion of the fight arena.
Mhm.
Then I would be like, oh, he's volunteered to help me, and then I would probably. I'm not sure exactly how I would do it, but I could conjure up something. It'd be better if we could get like a real thing for him to go into that we can like poke through with swords and stuff.
I knock out
Arrows.
one of the iron like bardings around a water barrel, so we can throw that up.
Nice.
So some other things I could do is I could have the arrows floating in air
Mm.
when we stab them rather than shooting, or we could have like shoot the arrows and then I could also have other weapons like float in the air to do stuff.
I like where this
Yeah.
is going.
Yeah, I just don't know how I'm gonna do it without killing you with only 2 spells, but you know.
I could rage and then I'd take like half.
I don't want to actually
bludgeoning,
use
slashing,
real
cutting.
damage things on you. That's the thing.
Then yeah, that wouldn't
I
kill
want
me
to
then.
fake it.
If you have to do some, I could rage and then I would take less damage.
Your character wouldn't agree with that though. Let's be real. I'm just gonna
Birdman, let
stab
me-
you with a knife. Like,
Birdman, let me
okay.
cut you a bit, scorch you a bit.
That's true.
Well, we can always, you could take the knife under the arm, and we could do
Yeah.
kind of.
So
slide it
what I was
underneath.
thinking. All right. So I have 3 spells that we could use some combination of here. Silent Image, Unseen Servant, and disguise self. And I was thinking I could use the unseen servant to guide the things into. It's like the typical, like stabbing somebody or sawing somebody in half, whatnot. But I could have the thing appear totally fake, and like floating in the air and whatnot. I could also use disguise self on myself to turn into him. He's actually not that different size-wise, and because of that, I don't know. It would be harder though because
Well, how about
I
the
don't.
finisher? Instead of that, you could maybe cast a minor illusion on your hat on the ground, and then we could pull a rabbit out of the hat.
That would be cool. That would be cool. Pull you out of that.
Pull a Thatcher out of the hat.
Pull Thatcher out of the hat. Yeah, that would be pretty insane. Could we do that? You're like small size, right?
I am small.
Can I
Well,
like?
The minor illusion would be so that he could hide inside the 5x5 minor illusion box of just the hat being there, and so you could just reach into it.
Yeah,
and when you do
yeah.
that, the illusion would.
Yeah,
like,
I could
step
have
away.
like a box there, but illusion it into looking like the hat that's been like lit up with light the whole time. So I could toss my hat down, but have it actually. Yeah, that could be cool. That could be a good finale.
If this all goes according to plan, we don't know if I was actually able to do this without drawing the ire of the circus master yet.
Oh, we're gonna definitely draw the eye of the circus master. But my character does not care.
But we got to get the show off first.
Yeah. Okay.
I think pulling a rabbit out of the hat could be a good opener. You need a good finale, like with the owl flying through the hoops and dazzlings and all sorts of fun stuff.
Yeah.
Did we lose Trev?
No, I'm just here. I'm just
Oh, okay.
listening.
So.
How you guys gonna start your grand magic?
Yeah, I'm ready. Was I able to gather people up without?
Yeah,
raising alarm?
you got like a nice little like mid-sized crowd here. There's enough
Okay.
people around the other attractions that the guys like on the other end of like the fair right now wandering it. If we're making a little like rotating enemy in a fucking game, he's probably like over here right now and just like surveying the huts and following them. Looking around.
Cool, let me read minor illusion real quick. So, okay. So what I'm going to do is we're gonna get like a normal chest, like a person-sized chest or just like thing. And I'm gonna pre-make holes in it, but I'm gonna cover the holes with a minor illusion at the start. Like whenever I bring it out, I'll cast a minor illusion to like cover the things. Then I'm gonna have, this is the finale. Then I'm gonna have the owl get in, night owl get in, and I'm going to create swords, like pull swords from my hat with minor illusion, but they'll be like fake swords, obviously, because they're illusion swords, and stab them into the thing. Then finally, I'll pull the rabbit out of the hat and then have the rabbit open the door to where Night Owl was in, and then Night Owl will walk out completely unharmed.
Sounds like a plan.
I have no idea if I'll be able to remember what I just said, but
Yeah, I don't even remember, and I've been listening quietly.
That sounded
let's
cool.
Pretend that you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I have to
So
roll? Do I have to roll anything?
Performance.
Yeah, I'll perform it.
I mean, it'll be a performance with advantage because he's getting a lot of help.
Yeah, we are helping.
Yeah. I also, if I was I was gonna ask you about this, Trev, but like,
And while
this
the
might feel
while the
weird.
crowd is
No,
here,
it doesn't matter.
oh, sorry, I couldn't. I don't know if I lagged there. If I
No, you're fine.
yeah, while the crowd is gathered and everybody's setting that up, I suppose me and Miss Ebonheart could be doing like trick shots to amuse the crowd and like warm them up, you know,
Yeah, getting
like
people like
throwing various odd things into the air, higher and higher, and see if we can shoot them or like split an arrow and all that.
just trying to get
Yeah.
people like riled up and ready.
So what we'll have is Thatcher is going to be in a conjured not mind illusion, a conjured silent image box to where he's not visible. Looks just like the stage. And he'll be on the stage waiting.
Okay, so he's just
Done.
waiting as it starts.
Done deal.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Do you say anything like before you put him in there, or like, any like little break a leg or anything?
I don't want him to break a leg because he'd actually
I don't
break
know
his
if he'd
leg.
say that to you. I don't know. I
Um,
don't know if you guys say
Okay,
anything to each
okay.
other.
So whenever I give the signal, okay? Whenever I say magical magician's magicness,
That sounds great.
I want
What
you
do I
to
do?
pop out of the hat.
What happened?
Okay? That there'll be a hat. Just stand up. Just stand up whenever I say
Just-
that, okay?
When you say that, I will stand up.
Okay. There'll be a hand and it's gonna like grab your ears and then just stand up, okay?
Done deal.
Okay. So then I'm gonna, after everyone's gathered and whatnot, we'll have the wooden thing behind me. First, we'll do like some other tricks, and
Do you want to do a performance check for that first and go
sure,
through 'em?
sure.
Okay.
We'll have some like warm up tricks, like some of the stuff I did earlier.
Let's see how the rabbit out of the hat works.
We'll do the rabbit was gonna be not yet. That's the
Oh,
finale.
okay. So it was first.
We have some like okay performance check.
Because
This is
he's
like
doing
this.
some like basic like pulling people out of the crowd and doing some of your tricks from
Yeah.
earlier. Okay. People seem to be pretty excited and they're getting pretty amped up. You have some people. They started to just like as a bit of like a thing here, start putting some ruskets on the stage around you on the ground.
Okay.
There's like a few little
So
ruskets here and they're being thrown at you on stage.
the goal is after we open the door and like Night Owl comes out, he's gonna like fly through hoops at the end as like the final thing. Okay.
hmm
Okay, so now it's time for the finale. So first, excuse me, Miss Claire, can you touch my hat, please? Can you make sure that there's nothing strange about it?
I touched the light hat.
And then, can you make a mark so that everyone knows that this hat is my hat that you checked?
Okay. I cast light on it.
Thank you. So then, I'm going to take my hat, and I toss my hat onto the stage where
The
our
boxes.
boy Thatcher's
Where
waiting.
Thatcher's hiding.
And then I cast Mage Hand.
Say the magic words.
Oh, actually, wait, hold on. First, fuck, I forgot. So before I pull out of the house, can I one more volunteer. Oh, yes! The recent champion at the arena. Please come up. Please come up.
Shuffle up there.
Can you go in this box right here? I'm going to do a lovely trick. It's only slightly dangerous. Please come inside.
Right. And I go and I sit in the box. Yeah.
So first,
Yeah.
I'm going to pull out some lovely things from my hat, and I'd like to. This time, I haven't said the magic words yet, so I'm using Mage Hand to pull out swords.
Yeah.
And I'm creating the swords with minor illusion.
Sounds good.
And I slowly stab a bunch of swords into the thing.
Am I in the box while you're stabbing this with the owl in the box?
No, you're.
He's
on
in
the
like a
outside.
separate box.
Oh, I'm in a
like
separate
physical
box. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Oh my
separate,
god.
separate.
Oh no.
There's two boxes. Two boxes.
2 boxes.
One is
Did I make
invisible. The other
noise?
one's.
Did I make noise? Like,
Yes.
Oh.
Please scream. Manly hoots though.
oh. Wait, what? You said scream.
Manly
It's fine.
screech.
It's a.
Oh, don't worry. He's fine. Probably. Maybe. We'll find out in a minute. So next, I'd like to pull out something amazing from my hat. Wait to witness the magical Mr. Magical Mysteries.
On
Then
cue, I'll jump up and say flourish.
And I pull him out with my. I grab his ears and pull him out with the mage hand as I say that. Wow! How does everyone react?
What's wrong?
Believe in you.
I'll roll another performance check with
Sure.
the damage. So you're really wound. This crowd's pretty like hyped up.
Oh yeah, dude.
Well, that's okay.
You know,
They're
I
pretty. They're
haven't-
impressed.
it's
They're not like.
it's not the big finale yet. You know?
Yeah, they're impressed. They're not like floored, but they're impressed. They're like,
Now,
wow,
please.
wow, how?
Open the door. And then I want the Thatcher to walk open and open the door.
I'm happy to open any doors.
He walks
And
up
I'm
and
flourishing.
he walks up and opens it then, right?
Yep. And then Night Owl walks out of the door and then proceeds to fly in circles around the arena while I make prestidigitation, like circles to like fly through of like explosions and multiple colors and whatnot.
Big fireworks.
Yeah, big fireworks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oats.
Can I roll performance for
Yep.
the final finale?
The grand finale. Bum bum
Oof.
bum 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 bum.
I believe
I have an idea of what I'm gonna do.
nat 20 right here. Right here.
Oh, hot
Yeah.
dog.
Oh.
That was not even with advantage. That was just straight 24.
Hey,
So 9, 40, 53.
can I do like a superhero landing?
I win whatever you want.
Nice. For sure.
Do you say anything manly when you land besides hoot?
Justice.
Are you fucking owl, man? Are you owl Batman?
Yeah.
That was kind of the plan, yeah. But there's no parents involved, so it's not whatever. He doesn't have that thing.
So in total on the ground around you for your performance and a few last like bursts of coins falling at your feet and like people like hollering and hooting and supporting. Some like soft little screams of support and stuff. You find 106 riskets probably total on the ground around you.
Heck
There's like
yeah.
100 coins like all around you on the fucking ground. The three of
Easy
you up
clap.
there.
I'll
While
split it with
all,
everyone later.
while all the hooting and hollering is happening and what have you,
Uh, uh,
can I try to stealth my way back over to the dragon and see if there's anyone over there, or did they all go to the performance?
Yeah, sure.
You need a stealth check?
Yeah, I'll send it right in a second.
Oh, I was missing one of my spells in my spell book. By the way,
Which one? I think it's the one that was custom. I forgot to.
I'm also missing my cantrips. If you want to add them later.
Your cantrips aren't there? Did I forgot them? Oh shit, I did.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm sorry, I forgot that.
it's not a big deal, dude.
Okay.
Which spell is missing? Oh, distort
Um,
value.
yeah, I think it was that because it wasn't in like my pre-made shit that I have on here to just like plug and play.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
On
I don't
after.
have it prepared anyways, so it's whatever.
So as you go over, you see one or two people, the satyr from earlier, kind of hanging out by the pen. But he's not antagonizing the dragon or anything. The dragon's laying down in its pen, covered in a few of the burn marks, but it's like sleeping, kind of sulking
Okay.
in the corner.
Can I cast, and I'm not trying to take over or anything, but can
Yeah.
I cast Disguise Self on myself to make myself look like some sort of official that maybe I possibly would have seen in the area, and let this trainer know that he can go. I've got it. He can go take a break. I'm here to relieve him.
Yeah, sure.
Ooh, I'm not the only one who can.
So the guy looks a little surprised. You walk up to him, looking like the big man himself in charge, who is just trying to say his name in a little bit. The reference.
That guy up on top.
Yeah, Sire Goldhorn is his name. This is Goldhorn's
Okay.
Carnival of Wonder. Sire Goldhorn himself. He's like, oh, that's it. You sure? You want to cover it, boss? I mean, okay.
Yep. Just go take a break. I got this. Just need just give me about 10 minutes and you come on right back. I'm just checking on things and I need to make sure that things are legit and you can't be here when I'm doing that.
The satyr nods. He's like, you don't have to ask me twice. And then you see him like get up and he just like runs off like in the direction of like the rest of the fair, and leaves you alone with the dragon.
And while I was in the box waiting for this performance and everything, I did use my tools and I used two more of my magic tinkerings to make another small box that has the words on it, tap me, and then on top, tap me, and then attached to that, I have a surrounding box on it so that they are basically one unit. I place that on the ground, and then, if possible, I'd love to unlock, de-prison this poor infant dragon.
So you want to let the dragon out?
I want to let the dragon go, if possible,
Okay.
and leave the box in its place.
Is it like a dragon? Like a little baby dragon?
It's a little
like
baby
a little
dragon.
like dragon like whelp. Yeah, it's like not like baby. It's like that early adolescence. So
Between wormling and a young.
yeah, like right around then.
Could Isaac have seen Thatcher sneaking off and like go to help?
Yeah, sure. You might have peeked it and like had like an intuition. He might have went back there since you saw him there earlier.
You know, be after he's disguised himself, be like, "Oh, sir, I didn't realize you're over here. I hope you're all right with our performance."
Definitely. You've done a splendid job. If you don't mind, I'll be done here in a second.
Yeah, it's okay, Thatcher. I get it.
I wink at him. Oh, I'm not Thatcher. I'm Mr. Important Person. Winking again.
Yeah, sure. Let's get this through before important person actually shows up, and I'll go to assist in the untying.
Yeah. So if you both untying and messing with the locks and stuff, you manage to get a gentle metal clink as you take off the little like basically handcuffs around its lower legs, and there was a rope tying down and holding down its wings they were like sprawled out, and there was little like hammered in chiseled ropes that were like holding them down, spread out so it couldn't move. And as you undid all of this, the dragon started to like shake and wake up, and
So sorry, buddy.
it lets out a little roar, like groan, and just kind of like looks at the two of you confused for a moment, and starts to like stretch its body, like observing the area around it, and a bit of anger from like its treatment here over the last few years, because it's been, you would have known Isaac, it's probably been here the last like 2 or 3 years since it was like it hatched from an egg, this little dragon.
Um,
Like
I
you've
guess
seen it
I
around.
would. Isaac will say, in Draconic. Sorry, buddy. I probably should have gotten you out of here before, but you know how it is. Anyways, you can fly, right?
Get out of here. Go.
The dragon gives a little soft like roar before like it starts to like move for a second, moving around the pen in a few little like hesitant circles, stretching out his limbs, and takes like a bit of like a lunging jump forward, and it's like almost like half asleep, kind of if like a muscle falls asleep in your arm, like wings start to like flap a bit, like haphazardly, and then it slowly starts to pick up some height, and in like a glide, it just flies across the ending of like the performance still finishing up, and it adds like an extra wow factor, as like the shadow of a dragon like flies across. The
The shadow's
magical Mr. Maximilian the Second.
the shadow's
Like,
only big because it's kind of low to the ground.
yeah. It looks like a giant dragon shadow. And maybe even Lady Dravanis would look up and like surprised to see like a giant dragon shadow. And just like a young dragon like whelp that was like probably like 10 feet above them, just like flying off.
You know those videos where like you like release like a bunny or something, and then like the bird comes out of nowhere? That would be really funny. I'm not gonna do that, but I just
No.
thought of that right now.
Oh no. He's like, lunch. Cool.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna do that,
Interparty
but yeah,
conflict.
it's not.
Uh,
Yeah, I could, but there's no reason for you to do that.
Isaac will lean over to Thatcher and say, "Thanks. Something tells me I should have done that a while ago."
But it's done, and now we gotta go. And I leave the little box on the ground, and we kind of shuffle ourselves away.
Post haste.
Okay.
I'll on our way out. I'll do my best to cover the tracks of a very obviously rabbit and fox tracks in the mud.
Yeah, you managed to like obfuscate them pretty well. It's not like the best, but like you like rub mud across and kind of like drag your paws as you're walking through, trailing like in the back between the two of you.
I just realized that kind of be a giveaway.
It's fine. It's fine. So do you two go back to the rest of the party like that are finished
Oh
with the
yeah,
performance, or
yeah. I'm gonna watch the show.
Yeah.
I will try
Yeah,
to
like-
squeeze my way into the front row of the crowd and just clap, like as if I've been there the entire time, and this is the most wonderful thing I've ever seen.
Okay. But yeah, the rest of you who were there, you would have seen like what looked like a large dragon shadow like fly across. And it would have added like an extra little level of like mystical wow factor to the show for everyone watching. And
Thank
it
you,
adds
thank
a
you.
level of
I'm
excitement.
just I'm waiting for the
That's
circus
it.
chief to be fucking furious.
After we've collected all the ruskets, I'll probably go around to the group. It's like, good job, everybody. Real team effort. We should probably get the hell out of here though, because you need a license to do all that. I forgot to tell you. Everybody still needs to get their welcome baskets as well. You passed it up at the dock. They actually give you a decent amount of money and a little kit to keep you alive.
Oh, would you mind showing us where?
Oh,
Be my pleasure.
Oh,
thank you,
fantastic!
thank you.
You all
Go back
even
down towards the docks. Oh, and you can come too, Owlboy.
Do I see the circus guy?
He's like on the other side of the circus still, but you hear like a booming, like shocked yell. He's like, "Where is it? Where is it?" I don't know what your button does, but he'd press it like right about now in his theory. Like,
A 10-foot cloud of skunk smell will just
Ugh.
explode all over anyone that is in a 10-foot radius.
you hear the guy screaming like anger and frustration.
He's having a great day.
Having a great day for showing up the wonderful magic Maximilian II.
I'm sure
Having a
this won't
great
come
day.
back to bite us ever.
No.
Never,
of course not.
never.
Yeah, or
A rich guy runs a circus? Never. Come on.
what
He's
you
a
gonna do?
one
Great
Send
time.
show,
people after us?
Montgomery.
Already beat their strongest guy. What are they gonna do?
I outperformed all the. Was my act better than all the other magicians that were performing?
You have the most people and you're like watching you as a magician. Yeah, a few people talk about Magic Mike, Majestic Michael, a few different names were surfing the crowd.
I don't know. Whoever the magician that was that got the dragon to go like disappear, it's probably better.
That was Montgomery as well. He's done it all. He's amazing.
It was the true finale.
Dragon? What dragon? Oh no, yes, yes, yes. That was yeah. Mystifying. Yes,
Maybe a
yes.
few confused looks at the word like dragon and escaped as you guys are like walking out and leaving. Probably leaving a bit quicker now, probably to avoid the there.
We're still going to jail.
Yeah, are you following them, Lady Dravanis? You've been quiet. She's dead? Nice. Dan's dead?
Too much alcohol.
Dan,
How's that?
No, I'm here.
sketty.
Yeah, I'm following.
Okay.
Sketty.
Freaking quiet, bitch. Okay.
Whoa.
Well, let me get your
Wowza.
character models and like grab you all. Control, copy. Take you back to the dock.
I know we've been cloned.
Then
no.
delete these.
Oh no.
And just to speed up a bit, we'll say it was like probably like a 30-40 minute walk back. You guys were chatting, talking,
Do you
and
think
excitement.
we can come back tomorrow? This was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, is this a week-long fair or is it like one day?
It's like a few day fair. It's like a
Okay.
welcome thing. So it's not the only day it happened. It's still like early afternoon of the day. You guys got into all that mischief in like 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
We should totally come back tomorrow.
I don't know if he'll be very happy, but
But yeah, as you guys are getting back, being led by, I should reorder this a bit. That's probably more relatable. You guys are going, being led. You'd be head over, and you would know, Isaac, that this older, gruff orc man over this way would be the one in charge of giving out things. I
Oh,
don't
he's
see
an orc.
my
He looks
box
like
in.
he looks like a dwarf.
Yeah, he's in. That guy right there is a dwarf right in front of you. I was like over towards the left. Sorry, I'm moving my cursor over at it.
Oh yeah, then I'll lead the group over. And what did you say his
Yeah.
name was?
So his name, you would know him. He's actually Admiral Knack. He's one of the 3 like big lead dudes in charge of the city.
I'll say, "Hey Mac, I got some fresh recruits for you."
The old like he looks a little bit similar to what the fuck was his name, like Tuck or whatever. The old orc you guys met earlier. But he looks a lot more worn and a lot serious and like he's refined. The old orc like starts to stroke at his beard as he's like looking over your strange group you have following you. He sees the owl person. He sees the guy in gaudy magician's clothes. He sees
stylish.
he sees the feminine figure just like in a cloak, like feminine elf in a cloak. He sees the lady with dragon wings and a tail that looks not quite like a dragonborn, but a little different. And he's just studying the party for a second. But he says, "Sure, what the hell? Just you know Isaac. Just tell him how to keep out of trouble." And he ends up offloading 5 of the packs, and it's like next to him. Basically, it's some boxes. He's basically just hanging out here for the morning, and he hands you each one of them, and it is I had this written down. A map of, like a rough map of the island. 250 ruskets. And if you were to go through it, the little bonus item you'd find in your pack would just be like a little card.
Sorry, Trev. At least for me, you're cutting out a little bit.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
me
My
as well.
Yeah,
mic,
he's cutting out.
my mic does that sometimes. There you go.
No, he's cutting out again.
You're still cutting out.
Let
On a
me try
side note-
turning it back on.
While you're like fixing your stuff, I just realized we're gonna probably not be able to redeem Night Owl's prize.
Whoops.
Oh,
What? No, I thought I did that.
Yeah,
Did you?
he already did that.
You already did it? Okay. I
Yeah.
thought you went in the place, but I didn't remember you actually getting the rockets.
Oh,
It was like 400 or something, didn't you?
it was 500.
It was 500, I think.
Then you got him.
Sick.
He's,
Is that better?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
So we have
So-
250.
250
ruskets.
ruskets. Yeah, he ended up giving one to the bunny boy Thatcher too, because he didn't recognize him either. So he got one of the packs too. But it's a little bag. It has a map, 250 ruskets, and the extra item would just be like a little glowing blue bangle, like a little bangle you could put around your wrist. Nothing
Would I
really
know
says
what
what
it is?
it does. You could try to detect magic on it if one of you has it, but
Nope.
I will try that.
I'll try to detect magic it.
Yeah, I'll use it as a ritual if I can spend the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, you could spend the next 10 minutes just studying it and trying
Yeah.
to figure out what it is while
do
you're
you want to
hanging
do
out.
it in front of the guy, or do you want to move somewhere?
No, as when we leave, I mean, I'd be interested.
Okay. just
Not
just
gonna
like, hold on a minute.
I'm not going to
Just
sit down
stare.
right in front of him and be like, hey.
Just checking, just checking.
Would
Not
Isaac know
sure.
what they were?
He wouldn't really have an idea. No one really seems to know from what he knows what they do. It's just one of the things that they give out. The only connection he'd probably be able to make is since it's something from Admiral Mac, it's something related to his anchor of the 3 anchors, like the 3 little clans, which is like the tattered sail. They tend to be mainly in charge of like the administration, the things that keep the city together. Like they keep the city from falling apart on itself.
Would I have one of those since I did arrive by boat?
You'd have them, yeah. You'd have
Okay.
one. It's like something he gives everybody because like he's in charge of it. It's like a little token of because remember like part of the city's culture is they kind of want to push everyone and like joining one of the 3 houses if they like you enough.
Hmm. So I would I be? I guess I would wear. I guess I've been wearing one for a few years.
Yeah, if you chose to wear it, you don't have to wear it. It's just if you chose to, as like a
Yeah, sure.
mutual thanks.
Has it done anything in the few years I've been wearing it?
Nothing you've been able to pick up on. It's
Mhm.
possible it could have an effect from what you could tell, even if like you use like all the magic you've been exposed to in the Feywild. You weren't really sure what it was supposed to do or what it could do. It just had
Gotcha.
like some sort of magical feel to it. Is all you were able to really sure of.
I don't want to put it on.
Why are you scared of him? He's a nice old orc guy. Come on.
I'm like scared of most things.
Yeah,
Let's
it's a
be
nice little glowy bangle. It's shiny.
Uh, I make an illusion of myself putting it on.
Ah. I mean, he doesn't
Wow.
care if you put it on either way. After like he gave those to you, kind of just turn and start to like walk away, going back in like the direction of like towards over towards so to the north of me here is what they call like the Admiral Council, farther north down the dock, which is just where the three anchor like heads live and convene.
Yeah. If
And
I
he
put
just
it,
went
if
off
I
that way.
make it look like I put it on though, it makes me look like I trust him more though. So
It does if you want to, yeah.
yeah, I want to pretend like I put it on with magic.
Okay.
What's the currency conversion for Rusk? It's just so I can put it in D&D Beyond.
So I just did gold is like what it's like equivalent to.
So I now have 250 gold.
Yeah, but like, it
Okay.
doesn't spend like a typical D&D gold.
Sure.
But yeah.
You should have more. You should have another 17 plus your starting.
Yeah, because you have the. He didn't have starting because he came from the Feywild, I don't
Yeah.
think. Because it'd
Yeah,
be
we should have
normally
another
like.
17 then.
Yeah, you guys each get another 17 from the performance gold.
Cool.
And then Gumball has his lump sum.
Lump sum.
His 500 plus 250. Well, he wouldn't have the 250 because he's been here for like he would have had like an odd amount. So
One person has like one extra rocket or something though.
probably yourself.
Maybe yeah, probably.
I'd assume you'd give yourself the extra.
I mean, they were the ones who picked it up, so I don't know.
You lost him.
Yeah.
Truff's just tapped out.
15.
Welcome
back.
back.
Right, just.
It's crazy.
Oh,
I'd assume, and then just all crash then like that. Okay.
282.
So for me,
Rich.
this session, the most more I would maybe add is a little bit of like talking about and like figuring out where you guys want to go next for this city. Because I was gonna this session end around like the 130-ish mark for me, if that's okay with you guys.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Like
I think
Whenever
this
you-
is like a good part.
I
To
feel like it's a
stop.
good stopping point because
Yeah,
you're back to the dock again. You went through the fair, but you can go back
I mean,
if you want to try.
we might not be welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
We can. Yeah.
Thatcher might convince you to go back. You never know. He's happy. He's bringing his stuff. But yeah,
Okay. I think it's a good place to
yeah.
stop.
I'd say it
Yeah.
feels like an okay stopping point for session without leaving like mid pop point or anything, or like midpoint, or like mid
Yeah.
situation.
No, I think yeah.
And if we want for like the few minutes I would have spent, I could talk more about like what would be in the city, or we could just leave that to like next session too, or I could explain it now. Well, yeah, it was okay with me, but that'd be up
I'm
to you
fine
guys
for
if you want to
either
run.
way. I don't mind either way.
Yeah. I'm okay if we get out of game telling you guys more about what's around to give you ideas what to look around for, or just like letting you slowly explore the city like you just stepped foot into for the few of you and
I'm down to just explore though.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, let's
fine.
explore.
Yeah, we'll
a
just.
thing of note too probably for you, Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
Since you've been living here for a while, you'd have like a small little house in like the upper end of the town. Like a small little apartment house.
Awesome. So we're
Because you
crashing
said
there tonight, right?
it might be.
I
I mean,
mean-
whenever it hits night, it's only 9 in the morning right now. It's a long day.
That'd be a little later.
It's like
Because
9 to 10ish at most. It's like a few hours because you guys got in the town around like 6:30. Like
Okay.
6:30 to 7. You were offloaded by, and like it was pretty close with the way that the city's oddly situated. Like you're on like the edge of the city, and like there's the immediate exit over to the fair on the outside of the city. Pretty systematically set up for them.
All right. So yeah, I think we're gonna call
Yeah.
it.
Okay, Dan, do you do your little thanks thing?
Close the
Or did you
stream.
stop? Or did you stop streaming?
Skitty.
You did? Nice. Does that happen to you get drunk, kids? Don't get drunk. This is why you don't
Alcohol is
drink and play
bad.
D&D.
Okay.
This
Skitty.
is- We need a deep hoot.
Poppy. Poppy.
I'm here.
Maybe he's muted.
I'm here. Sorry.
Wanna
Are you
close the stream?
okay?
Yeah, I was muted. Sorry. Yeah, so under here, and yeah, thank you guys for watching so much. Appreciate it.
Yeah.